Opening Drive.
Voted the best sports show in New Mexico.
For 5 years running. It's the OD in the AM with Jeff Siembieda and JJ Buck.
And it's the OG in the PM who is helping his team despite 6 turnovers last night to a 2-0 lead in the NBA Finals. Chris Paul was good. Devin Booker was terrific. I thought DeAndre Ayton was very good. Giannis on the other side was fantastic. But it was the Suns who had more points when it was said and done, 118, 108. We just did what we got to do. We did what we were expected to do. Won 2 games at home. We haven't done anything yet. That's right, but you're up 2-0 in the NBA Finals. What's good, y'all? You made it till a Merry Friday. We got a ton for you today. Here on the opening drive, Jeff Siembieda and JJ Buck. How you living? Big day for you today, too.
Living good. What it do, everyone?
It's, JJ Buck will be on the ESPN Plus broadcast for New Mexico United tonight against Colorado Springs Switchbacks. That'll be at Rio Grande Credit Union Field at Isotopes Park tonight. We'll get into that. Danny Gonzalez, the Lobos football coach, will be here in studio from 8 to 8:30. You've got an opportunity to purchase Lobo football season tickets is your sweet deal. We'll get into the details on that. Brandon Mason, the former Aggie, the former Lobo coach, the former D-League star. I told you, B-Mace's a bad name. Mr. Basketball to me in the state of New Mexico is what Brandon Mason is. The general manager, basically, the guy put together this whole enchantment and Lobo alumni game. Going to be with us coming up at 7:30 this morning is the team that'll play in the TBT, the Aaron TBT, the basketball tournament, had their first workout yesterday, and Brandon was there. So we'll get you an update on that and how it all came together. So that's at 7:30. So we got a ton for you. If you want to get in, now's a good time. 8 o'clock hour is going to be busy. 9 o'clock, you can come back and call if you want. But 505-246-0610 is how to get here, or 888-922-0610. Your email's already coming in this morning. Jeff or JJ at sportsanimalabq.com. All right, so Mike Budenholzer, I thought, made the adjustments. Changing the way they played the pick and roll. They got out to another quick start. Giannis, 42 points last night, 14 rebounds. He had 20 points in the third quarter, ties Michael Jordan. It's NBA history on that because guys don't do that in the finals. But all that, when it's said and done, Mikal Bridges was terrific off the bench, I thought, for the Suns, 27. He might have been the difference yesterday as they win 118-108.
The ball movement, the shot making, the clutch plays. Mikal Bridges had himself a night, but any time in the second half you needed a bucket, it was getting close. It was Booker or Paul that stepped up, hit the shot. And for Milwaukee, yeah, they did better on the pick and roll. But if Drew Holiday and Chris Middleton don't show up in this series, they're not even going to have a chance to win one game.
Not a chance.
It's 12 of 37 is what the backcourt combined for Milwaukee. And, all right, you changed pick and roll, still gave up 118 points. And you're going to have to play at an unbelievable level offensively to stay with the Phoenix Suns, because they always just keep that cushion. When they start to get a little bit of a lead, it stays at 10. They keep it there. And 16 points in the second quarter NBA Finals on the road, get you a loss.
We got cut down to 5 or 6 points. It was turnovers and then clutch buckets by Phoenix. Booker's got this stone cold demeanor to me. This is a guy to me, and I'm not telling you he's there yet. I'm not telling you he's Kobe. I'm not telling you he's Michael. I'm not telling you he's any of these guys. I'm telling you he has got the demeanor and the game to be esque, if that makes any sense, like them. This guy has got a give it to me, I want the ball in the big moment, a insane calmness to him. A buttery smooth game. I think he plays defense. He creates his own shot. And Devin Booker's been doing this down in Phoenix for a number of years now. You're just getting to see him because he's on a stage, which you might get to see. Do you think I'm just hyperbolic when I say he
hyperbolic was Stephen A. Smith.
With what?
Saying he's the next Kobe Bryant.
Okay.
He is a great scorer that had hollow stats. The dude scoring 70 points on one of the worst teams in the league, he's not going to be like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I'm not going to tell you, it's not fair to say you're the next Michael Jordan, you're the next Kobe Bryant, you're the next LeBron. Okay, but is it fair to say it's you're esque? You're the next person that could, or one of the next who can be like that.
He's in the moment.
You can be okay. So you can be the next Devin Booker, which means to me, who rises to that level? Okay, it was Mike's league, then it was Kobe's league, then it was LeBron's league, then who's next? Okay, and there's other stars when there's those guys are there. There's Steph Curry's and there's Dame Lillard's and there's bunches like there's superstars as well. There's Kawhi Leonard's. Okay, but I'm not telling you he's going to be, but he's got the it to me. And the it is the demeanor with the smooth game, with the leadership, with the I got this. It looks effortless, right? All of those guys, right? The guys that I told you, Magic, Larry, Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, LeBron. There's an effortless to it, right? They make the really difficult look easy, right? He's got that. He's got that cool killer mentality. He's got the, we haven't done anything yet. We've just done, we do what we're supposed to do. It's a 0-0 series. It's like a game 7. All the cliches. I get it. I know that's putting a lot on a young man, but it's not because he's not going to hear me. He doesn't care. but I'm not telling you he's the next Kobe, but I think there's something that he could be of that ilk.
Well, he's doing it on the biggest stage. He's looked fantastic. This team is 15-2.
Yeah.
13-2 in their last whatever run of playoff games.
Well,
if I get that number right, then I can tell you what it was.
It's 14 in the playoffs, right? They won 4 is 12, and 2 is 14.
Yeah. So they've just an unbelievable run, the consistency, and everything you said about Devin Booker. It's one thing to score 70 points in a game. It's another to do it on the biggest stage. Mm-hmm. And he's had this game. Now he has the team. And him and Chris Paul are an amazing backcourt combination. And there's something about Chris Paul that maybe hasn't really clicked in other places, because we've heard plenty of stories about Chris Paul this postseason. Yeah, it's his redemption story on the court. We also heard a lot of times, maybe he wasn't the best teammate. Maybe everyone didn't get along with Chris Paul, but this group gravitates towards him, and I think that has helped also elevate Devin Booker from not just being a fantastic player and scorer, but you see what you just laid out, that mentality, the way he is composed in those big moments, the way he carries himself and leads his team on and off the court. And I think a lot of that credit does go to Chris Paul.
Yeah, I understand that, and I do. And everybody had somebody kind of to mentor them, and I'm down with that. Excuse me. I just there's a calmness to him, and on the biggest stage, he screams superstar to me, and has for a while. But to your point, now that he's doing it on this biggest stage, if he becomes a champion, I think it just takes it to a different level. And then the game that he's got, the ability that he's got, the way he plays defense, the way people want to play with this young man, it just screams superstar. But we'll watch it develop. Meanwhile, that team is 2 games away from a championship. Nobody's ready to call it yet. But your point is right. You said those guys. I think the number's 14-3, right? They lost 2 games to the Lakers, and they lost 1 in the Clipper series. So I think it would be 14-3 in the playoffs is what Phoenix is. And they're on an insane run. But your point on the backcourt of Milwaukee is absolute. They cannot go 12 for 31. Drew Holiday shot 7 for 21. Chris Middleton 5 for 16. Look, Giannis can score 62. But it's not going to matter, because those guys have got, Connaughton was nice. That's great. If you're relying on Connaughton to come off the bench and win you games, you're probably not going to win a game at this level.
You're not winning the NBA Finals. You need that contribution, but that contribution is only meaningful if your star players are playing to that level. And Jrue Holiday and Chris Middleton have not done that offensively. And that they're just hoping that magically all those shots are going to fall when they get back home to Milwaukee, because Giannis is fine. This isn't a series that this is going to be an indictment on Giannis at all. He is the unexpected. We didn't know if he was going to play or not. And he's playing at an unbelievable level.
An MVP level.
It's like, are your shooters going to make some shots?
No, yeah. No, he's playing at an MVP level. Right, if they were winning the series, you'd be looking at him just going, dang, look what he's doing. He's carrying it. If these guys can make some shots. And so that's where we are with that, going back to Milwaukee. Take your thoughts on what happened last night, and is it over? Do you think it's over? You guys had the Bucks. I think you had Bucks and 6?
7.
7? Okay. I mean, it's still there for you. 505-246-0610. Again, your guest list today, 7:30 this morning. Brandon Mason's going to be with us, Mr. Basketball in the state of New Mexico. He's going to join us to talk about the Enchantment, the big alumni game, which is coming up now Sunday. I hope you're planning on being there. I think it's going to be a terrific, terrific night. Coming up at 8 o'clock, Danny Gonzalez, the Lobo football coach, is going to be in studio for a half hour. We'll talk Lobo football, tell you how to get discounted season tickets for a season that starts so soon. Not sure why that's happening. Somebody's blowing me up. So if you want to get in now. 505-246-0610.
So coming off holiday weekend, got a busy weekend on deck. Things are moving this summer, but don't forget about your fitness. And you can get it in just 45 minutes. At 45 training, 45 minutes, high-intensity training that it's fast, fun, and results-driven. So check them out at f45training.com. Download the F45 app so you can take a look at the classes, the class description, see what it's all about. Sign up for your 7-day free trial. Get in the gym and get going. With 45 minutes, it's not going to take up a big chunk of your day. You're going to get a fantastic workout. The program goes from strength work to cardio work. It's full body functional fitness throughout the week. And in just 45 minutes, it's not going to cost you a lot of time in your busy week. You can find the time to get in and get going. So check them out at f45training.com to see what it is all about in terms of the class setups, the exercises you're going to be doing. I am loving F45. I'm really enjoying it. Looking forward to going today. Get that workout in ahead of a busy weekend on deck. With just 45 minutes, you don't have to ignore your fitness even when life gets crazy. So it's f45training.com. Download the app today. Team training, life-changing. I'll see you at F45.
Datacom is a proud supporter of ProView Networks. Datacom has portable AC units for rent. Applications include server rooms, retail outlets, healthcare facilities, laboratories, convenience stores and truck stops, events, concerts, and weddings. All of these units are 120-volt plug and play. Call Louis Ruffin today at 505-507-7722 or go to datacom.com to learn more.
Drive, Jeff Siembieda, JJ Buck. Micah, Josh produces for you today over on the ProView Network side, where you can watch the show worldwide on ProViewNetworks.com or statewide at Comcast Channel 26.
Hey, welcome to the Steve Davis Show.
Good morning and welcome to Sports Desk live on Comcast Channel 26.
Welcome to The Point with Nick Rich.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to episode 10, America Talking Out.
I'm Pastor Flora Padilla of Mending Broken Hearts.
Welcome to Henry T. Game Face Live, Comcast 26, and Big Bad ProView Network.
Often imitated, never duplicated. Welcome to Local Focus with Sebastian Noel.
Welcome, sports fans. It's that time of the week again. You are watching the Weekly Rundown.
Hey, welcome to Red Menace TV here on ProView Network.
Hello, I'm Steve Davis. You are watching Public Access TV.
Center fielder, Cade Bell on first. Here's the pitch to Heath. Struck him out. And great pitching by Alvarado. That'll do it for the Tigers in the top of the fifth.
A great crowd for a mid-afternoon game. Swing and a miss, and there's a strikeout, number 5 for Matt Romero.
Smith talking to the batter here. That's a, oh, wow. Nice, and that's an out.
What did I tell you? That one's that gets over the head of the right fielder. That's going to bring in 2 runs. As Adrian Martinez with the RBI double.
Towards the latter part. Pitch, and that's another way for a single. That's going to score 2. That makes the score 9-0. So RBI double. That's going to make it. That's it. It's 10 runs there.
1-0's the count. And this one's high. It's going deep, and it's going to fall in. He's digging for third, and he gets there. Ezra Mestas with the 3-bagger. He gets the triple, and 2 more runs scored.
Steal to third base.
And he brought the hot sauce for strike 3.
Small ball team for Reed Fiegel this year. That one is hit on the line to left. It's going to send Avila back to the warning track, to the wall, and he's going to watch.
James Harden got pulled over. Did you see the video of James Harden in Paris getting stopped by the police? It was really kind of a weird. He was with some people, and I guess he was detained but let go by the police in Paris, not arrested. That's the headline, not the people who got arrested, I guess, or taken in. But it was just bizarre. Opening drive, Jeff Siembieda and J.J. Bucks. Suns beat the Bucks 118-108, take a 2-0 lead in the NBA Finals. I want to finish up the thought on Devin Booker, because I think J.J. He's already a star, right? I mean, he's already at that Donovan Mitchell level, at that I would almost tell you the Chris Paul level, but he's done more than Chris Paul. Chris Paul, I think, is in more commercials, and I don't know. I mean, would you put him at the same level, the same star level as Chris Paul? I would.
Talent-wise, absolutely, and he's now in a position where he's able to continue to play at this level, win an NBA Finals, and kind of put himself on a different shelf and surpass a Donovan Mitchell.
Don't you think he's on that second shelf now? Right, that first shelf being LeBron, Kevin Durant, Giannis, maybe Kawhi. I mean, am I missing anybody else on the top shelf?
I think that's
because I think
solid top shelf.
I think the next shelf is your Anthony Davis's, Kyrie Irving, James Harden. Are you ready to put him there yet? If he wins a championship, he's.
Well, I'm ready to put him there just based on his basketball talent.
Yeah,
as an individual player.
So what does a star mean? I mean, is it a guy who's in a bunch of commercials? Is it a guy who fans know? Because or is it his impact in the league and on the game? Because his impact right now is every bit of what Kyrie Irving's or James Harden's or, dare I say, Anthony Davis. Wouldn't you say that? Especially if he wins a championship.
Right now. This Devin Booker is exploding onto the national scene, and this is exactly what the NBA wanted. This is what we've talked about the entire postseason. Yeah. Is, all right, how is this going to matter? Playoffs without LeBron James, without your marquee cities involved, what's it going to take? And a player like Devin Booker is showing you not just his team, but his talent on the biggest stage, and thus you get that crossover moment. You get people like yourself going, wait, can this guy be a face of the league? Can this guy be a superstar? I don't think there's one player that is the next LeBron James. Much like, when Michael Jordan left the league, there were still good players, but there wasn't, you're never going to be able to truly just hand the baton to the next one. But in terms of overall star talent in this league, it's loaded, and when you're doing it on the biggest stage, Devin Booker, that's going to push you to the top of that list.
I just don't know that it's got to be the next LeBron James. Because LeBron James wasn't the next Kobe Bryant. As much as Kobe Bryant was thought to be the next Michael Jordan, he was just the next Kobe Bryant, right? I think it's okay that he's going to be the next Devin Booker. Are you ready for the torch to be passed to whomever it is? And who did we think it was going to be? Was it Giannis? Was it Kawhi? Was it Kevin Durant? Is it Kevin? I mean, I don't know that he's Kevin Durant yet. Okay, and so maybe Kevin, but it feels like Kevin Durant's going to be synonymous in that era with LeBron and Steph Curry. Right?
Yes.
So this next, he's 24 years old. This next generation of players, I don't know. Maybe I'm just thinking it too much and trying to decipher and define errors too much. But I think this young man is it. I do, and I think he's everything that the league can love and market. Don't you?
Yes, I agree. Devin Booker is fantastic. His game, his personality, checks all the boxes. Doing it on the biggest stage, being the leading scorer for a team in the NBA Finals, going 2-0 at home, seeing just the energy in that crowd. I think my favorite moment, part of it, was Giannis at the free throw line, the whole crowd counting to 10, 11, 12, just unbelievable energy. And Phoenix showed out in a big way these two games.
Yeah, I think all of that's right. All right, 505. 246-0610, 888-922-0610. Brandon Mason's going to be with us at the bottom of the hour. We're going to talk about enchantment. You got a big night tonight. United is home. Colorado Springs, a team that beat them up there about 2 weeks ago, 3-1 with that explosive front, is coming in. United's dropped 3 in a row. And this is the first time in the history of the club that I've watched conversations with them, and I found, and I want to say defensive, but borderline defensive. Like they've kind of been on their heels having to answer questions about, a losing streak, about, coming home is going to make the difference. Like, this is a big night for them, isn't it?
Yeah, it was a bad week of soccer for New Mexico. And the 3-1, the switchbacks, I think we're all seeing that that's a pretty lethal team up top. It's really, I think the Wednesday game is the one that's weighing on everyone when they lost that 2-0 lead to the Real Monarchs up there in Salt Lake City. And then you played your rival, and El Paso's good. And look, United fans already early in the franchise's history don't want to give them any credit because that's pretty much become their biggest rival, the fact they haven't been able to play Phoenix all that much the last 2 seasons. And anytime you score first and you end up losing, it's going to feel like a bummer, but you do it 3 straight times. It's a lot of work. It's a bad week. I don't think the sky is falling for United. It is fans, but that's sports. Like we were talking about earlier in the week, kind of welcome to the sports world. This is, what it's like when you hit those challenging moments. And this team's got a lot of work to do. And I'm really interested to see kind of what changes were made this week, specifically in terms of, how they play Colorado Springs, because they won the first matchup 3-1. So they can play with this team. But this past week, it's been defensive issues. So that's all I'll be looking for is just their style of play. Are they aggressive early? Are they attacking? Or are they trying to absorb the game a little bit more, set up their defense, and then hit on the counter?
So this is really where I think the question comes in. How did the conversation change from, I haven't heard the word clean sheet around here in about 2 weeks. And that's all I heard. Clean sheet, clean sheet, clean sheet.
Last one was June 12th.
Okay. And they went for their 4th clean sheet. They had 3 clean sheets in a row. If for those of you who don't speak soccer, that's a shutout. They had not given up a goal. It was a 0-0 draw, if I recall, and then they won 2 games, right? One.
Oh yeah, is Boston was 16th. Yes.
Okay. My point is 3 in a row, and it was the defense is spectacular. You can't penetrate the back line. They went up 2-0 in Colorado Springs. Was it 2, right? And then they gave up 3 in a row. Or was it 1? No, it was 1 in that match. And then all of a sudden the back line was penetrated, and it was bang, bang, bang. And then the next match up at in Salt Lake, that's when they were up 2.
Yes.
And they gave up bang, 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 3 in a row. Then they were up 1 in El Paso, bang, bang. And those 2 were quick. So what was the difference? How did the conversation change? And I want to get there, and we will do that in a little bit coming up in the 9 o'clock hour when we regroup on this conversation. Coming up next, we're going to talk about the big global alumni game this weekend, the basketball tournament team, the enchantment that was put together by Brandon Mason, and catch up with Brandon because they had their first workout yesterday. He's the guy who put it all together. He's going to be with us next on the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number 1 in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company.
Emporium, your pet's second best friend. Visit clarkspet.com.
Dream Style Roofing tops them all. When your roof's worn out and needs to be replaced, we're gonna do it right, put a smile on your face. They're at home, things are looking up when you get your roof done by someone you can trust. Dream Style, a company name that's been around forever. No one does it better. You need a new roof, you know who to call. Dream Style Roofing tops them all.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Here at Legacy, we are here to disciple people by helping them connect with God, grow in relationships, and live generously.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
A rogue virus, no jobs, sky-high tuition debt. Life is trying to put our generation on the sidelines. But we refuse to just sit back and watch it pass us by. Instead, watch us fly ahead. Watch us overcome anything. Watch us rise. Watch us change our world. Watch us become the next greatest generation.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a #1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, backed by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend. Visit clarkspet.com.
Calling all football players, are you looking to develop your skills this season? It's never too late or too early to put in the work. Coach Carl Barrere and the Air Barrere program at 8 Grady's Performance Center provide comprehensive position training for aspiring football players at all levels. Whether you're looking to increase your speed
Just tremendous. So many of you are looking forward to it. Remember, get your tickets early for the big Global Alumni Game. Out at the pit, 6 o'clock. The tickets start at $10, go all the way up to $25. You can go to golobos.com, golobos.evenue.net. It's all right there, and it's easy. Get them before. Don't stand in line. Don't have the hassle. Don't complain about lines later. It's all going to be done on your phone, and get it done. Brandon Mason put this thing together. He needs a better name than B. Mace, by the way. And I call him Mr. Basketball in the state of New Mexico because he's done everything. He was a terrific player at New Mexico State University, won a D-League championship for the Thunderbirds, played for the Gallup Talons, is coach at the University of New Mexico, and he has coached countless youth basketball players and mentored them throughout the years in the state of New Mexico. The only thing he doesn't do is answer the phone when we call, right? I mean, of all the guys we had, Bob, this week, right? Everybody answered on the phone. Anthony Mathis did, Drew Gordon did, Darrington Hobson did.
Answered before the segment started.
Right.
That's right.
But he sees, I don't know that number. And I ain't answering with these guys. What's up, Brandon? How you living?
I'm doing good. How you guys doing this morning?
Excellent. Hey, congratulations. I know you're not home yet, but putting this thing together again, and everybody's just been giving B-Mace all the love. You put together what should be one heck of an event on Sunday.
Thanks. I appreciate it, man. This has been phenomenal. You know, the guys have been coming in as of like Monday, and so we're in the weight room right now. I got Jamal Smith, J.R. Giddens in here getting an early morning workout.
Nice.
So that's why I missed the call. So you guys are killing me right now. That's kind of funny.
Wait, you got the old guys in the weight room, or is everyone else?
That's how it works. The old guys go in the weight room. Yeah.
The older guys need to get in there first. The young guys, they can kind of roll in a little bit later.
Whenever they want. Hey, first workout was yesterday for this enchantment team. This team that's going to go play for $1 million, the TBT, which has become a really, really big deal. How was the workout yesterday? And you got Kenny Thomas as a coach running this thing, and you and him kind of pulling the strings on this. How'd they look yesterday? And obviously it's going to be a little rusty, but you got a week and a half to get this thing together.
Yeah, you know what? The guys look good. They got a chance to, like, mesh and just play some open gym and get a feel for each other. You know, when guys have played at a high level already, it's kind of easy just to fit them in because they know what each other do. So I would say, you know, like Jamal Smith, some of those guys would come down on fast breaks, flip it to Anthony Mathis, and he would let it go. J.R. Giddens was running in transition, throwing lobs. You know, it was pretty exciting just to see, you know, good basketball that, you know, it didn't really need coaching. You know, Kenny Thomas was sitting there with his legs crossed and nodding his head like, I got some pieces, you know. So it was pretty exciting to see, and the guys were, you know, they were excited. They were meshing well, and I think they're more just happy to have that camaraderie and be together again since they haven't played together in so long.
No, we got that all week, and these guys, every one of them, just loving to be back. How for a tournament like this? I mean, what are you doing? Are you trying to put in some semblance of an offense, or is it just you know what he does and you know what I do, and let's just go ball?
Well, no, you know what? We have to have some structure. You know, me and Kenny have talked about it already. We're probably going to go to lunch today, but you're going to do some things off makes and misses. You'll have some baseline out of bounds, some different strategies, some end-of-game situations. Of course, you have to be organized and then, you know, go over some stuff so there is structure. But when you have guys like Darrington Hobson who can play the 1 through 4 and guys like J.R. Giddens and Drew Gordon, like, you know, they can kind of play off each other as well. So you just give them a little structure, and then you can kind of play freely and play a pro-style game, ball screens, middle ball screens, side ball screens, things like that. So it's pretty easy to handle. The most you got to manage the playing time and you know, just the different, you know,
egos.
I'd say attitudes and egos and different things like that. So that's why he's in charge of that.
Now, Brandon, you as a coach have the opportunity to have a relationship with these guys for so long and be part of their lives. You know, what's it like when you see some of these guys come back after they spend some time overseas, knowing, you know, some of them you recruited them out of high school, now seeing them as pros, just that development?
Well, it's one thing it's incredible to see them develop, because you see them once in college, and, you know, college is very structural, and it's like, sometimes guys aren't able to, like, show their entire game. They're put into a box so they can help the team win, and you're stuck in a role. So when you go overseas, you kind of get a chance to get your full game, and you get to do things that you might not have been able to do. And, I mean, I was able to see Anthony Mathis score off the dribble. I was able to see Antonio Jackson dunking transition. I was able to see J.R. Giddens play point guard. Like, you get to see all these guys do different things that they were able to do when they played pro ball. And it's like, man, I didn't even know you could do that. You know, Anthony Mathis driving, you know, posting guys up. And I was like, where'd you get that from? I think this is – so that's why it's good to see these guys branch out, grow as basketball players, as individuals, and then put it all together.
Brandon, I think this – initially, when the TBT roster came out, people were excited, but this has really morphed into something that's just been so much bigger this week. Just from your standpoint, seeing the players' reaction and then just the fans' reaction, what's it been like seeing kind of the community start to rally around all these guys?
Yeah, you know what? But that's the good thing about doing it in New Mexico, because all these guys, when I reached out to them, they were all excited. Said, you know what? It sounds like it'll be fun, but we would love to do it for New Mexico, because they knew the fan support would be what it is today. And so that was more when the guys get on the radio and they say, you know, the community, the fans. That's the biggest thing for them, is coming back because of the fans and the way they're welcome and received, and doing it for New Mexico again. At one point, we were trying to figure out the colors for the team, and Darrington Housen told me, he said, Mace, I'm not playing if it's not cherry and silver. I was like, oh, wow, so we got to figure this out. So, I mean, these guys are coming back for their state, for their community, for their school, to represent New Mexico. So that's pretty cool.
It's Brandon Mason, and he's the general manager of Enchantment, the TBT team that's going to be playing at the Pit. It's an alumni game, but is it a must-win? Like, what if the other guys beat you? What if and Marvin Johnson's got a team over there now? Those guys then say, hey, maybe we should be going playing for $1 million.
Oh, you know, they trust me. I hear it all.
I'll bet.
You know, I do what I can at times, but it's definitely going to get competitive. Marvin Johnson's like Mr. Automatic is definitely excited about doing this as well. But some of those guys that are coming back, I'm pretty sure to be a lot of one-on-one and the crowd standing up and cheering for the matchups and different things like that. I'm excited to see Elijah Brown. He hasn't been back. You know, guys like that'll be coming back, and it'll get competitive probably after halftime.
Yeah, I think the guys coming back that, and it's funny, you know, some guys left on great terms, some guys not on such great terms. I got to believe Lobo crowd is going to greet all these guys, and certainly some more enthusiastically than other. What kind of reception do you think Jaquan and Elijah Brown get?
You know what? I think Lobo fans, they're fanatics, and it's not personal. I think it's more along the lines of, you did this for our team. You played for this university. They're going to cheer for you as a whole, because now you're representing us again, or you are a part of this. You're a part of something special. It's a family. Regardless of transferring or what took place at that time, I really think that, you know, even it's just an opportunity for the fans to just show their appreciation for what they did, you know, for the school. And I think that they'll gladly clap and cheer, and it'll be as loud as ever in the pit. Like you said, I think some will be louder for others, you know, but I think it's just more along the lines of their favorite Lobo of all time, or the ones they love the most. So.
You know, Brandon, it's one thing to talk about it. It's another thing to be doing it. All the work that you've done, not with just this team, but the youth athletes, and then the little things that end up being big things with on Sunday. You know, the Papa Brown three-point contest, Miranda Sanchez dunk contest. How important was it to have, you know, those names incorporated in this event to really, you know, get to that point of what you want this being New Mexico basketball?
Well, you know, every day that I was thinking about, you know, putting this together, of course, I had a team with Ryan Berriman, Adrian Palacio, and, you know, I always bounce ideas off of different people. And you know, I'm a New Mexican. Even though I was born in Chicago, I've been here since 1999. I read the newspaper. I know Lobo legends. And you know, when people, you know, pass away, something tragic, I wanted to incorporate as many people as possible and give thanks, you know, for what they did for the community as well, and what I'm trying to do going forward. And one thing that was incredible was the support from UNM. I mean, Eddie Nunez, Coach Patino, and staff, all of these guys have been reaching out, can we do anything for you? And when you have a university that's trying to help something like this and give back to these players, and the players trying to do the same, I think it's all working together cohesively, and it's incredible for what UNM is doing for these guys in their journey for the TBT.
Will Richard have a part in this on Sunday? Patino?
I think he's doing something prior to. He'll be there in attendance. I think he might have to leave. He's doing something with work. But by him being there, being a part of it, and giving us a nod and a go-ahead on it is just incredible alone.
Brandon, it just feels like the perfect time for the past to embrace the present and everybody just to come together coming out of the pandemic with a new coach, with all these legends that are back in the pit. It just, I've been saying it would be ideal just to introduce the man, let him say a few words. He doesn't have to be the host, but it shows to me symbolically that these legends of the past are embracing the new guy who's the key for the keys.
Yeah, I think it's important for a new staff, a new head coach to care about the past of the university. And by him reaching out to the players, or him reaching out to myself and other guys, like, he doesn't have to do that. He's trying to win a championship. He's handling recruiting. That's a recruiting period. And he's doing so much to just say thank you. That's all that needs to be done. No matter if he shows up, whatever, he's already done enough for us with support and being there, letting us use facilities to work out. He's went above and beyond for these guys.
All right, lastly, some people talk it and some people walk it. You've been walking it. You've been doing it. You've been working with kids in New Mexico. I know it didn't end perfectly at the University of New Mexico as a coach for you, and could have gone a lot of different ways. I don't know if you believe things happen for a reason, but how you've responded and what you've done is been, it just speaks for itself. You've been coaching kids, taking them all over the country, been a mentor to kids. What you've been doing in your new path since you've left your role as coach of New Mexico has been exemplary, and I'm not sure. I know you went through some tough times. What drove you? What's made you? What's motivated you to continue to do what you're doing in New Mexico? Because I know the plan certainly changed.
It did, but you know what? Going through what I did at the end of my stint with the Lobos made me stronger. It made me open up my eyes and realize what's more important, and it's my family and my kids, and taking care of them and being a role model for them. I was flying by the seat doing too much, and I kind of lost focus, and that's on me. But right now, I realize that now I have a chance to help a community and my kids at the same time while doing it, and I'm dedicated to doing that. And going through what I had to go through, right now I've never been so clear and so mentally prepared to help a community and the youth here in New Mexico and just be a part of something special and bring up the level of recruitment, bring up the grassroots, and help kids develop and help kids get opportunities. Of course, because I have kids of that age, but I'm all in here for this community, the Lobos, whatever it is here in state. That's what I want to do to help be special here.
And it's obvious some people talk it and some people walk it. For those who aren't familiar, Brandon got a DWI and resigned for his position as the head coach or the assistant coach at the University of New Mexico. Has gone on and continued to do wonderful things in the community, including putting this game together that you get to enjoy. GoLobos.com is where you can get tickets. GoLobos.evenue.net. It'll also get you there. Get them early. Don't wait until Sunday. It's going to be a show. Brandon, you're Mr. Basketball in this state, and continued success to you, continued health to you, and appreciate you spending some time and helping us all week, bringing tremendous guests onto the program and let Lobo fans hear them.
Thank you so much. I have to give a shout-out to Lady Lobos that will be in attendance. Nikki Lobato put together a crew that will be judging the Miranda Sanchez dunk contest, so that'll be exciting to have Lady Lobos involved in that.
And I'm going to find you a better nickname. I know too much about you, so I won't lean on that stuff. But we'll find something for you. All right, my friend, be well. We'll see you this weekend.
All right, thank you.
Take care. Brandon Mason on the opening drive.
Shift hiring gears with Indeed. They go beyond the resume.
Calling all football players.
skills.
Are you looking to develop your skills this season? It's never too late or too early to put in the work. Coach Carl Barrere and the Air Barrere program at 8 Grady's Performance Center provide comprehensive position training for aspiring football players at all levels. Whether you're looking to increase your speed, gain strength, or hone your skill, we train all positions with a team of experienced coaches who know what it takes to succeed at all levels from Yaffle to college. Check us out at 8gradys.com to learn more and sign up for training today.
Jackson Compaction wants to help you keep your green and keep the community green as well. Jackson Compaction has worked hard to maintain the same prices since day one. Always easy and painless trash removal with professional crews and quality service. If it's non-hazardous waste, debris, or trash on your land, leave it to us. At Jackson Compaction, we're dedicated to ensuring the conservation of our environment. You trash it, we smash it. Jackson Compaction, we've earned a reputation for great results.
Turbo Threads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sports shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. Turbo Threads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for Turbo Threads.
Next in line.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks. DCE Systems want to help schools reopen and keep students, teachers, and staff safe. New Mexico's distributor of no-valent Shield Plus, an antimicrobial hand sanitizer that lasts 24 hours. That's right, 24 hours. 1 liter will provide approximately 2,000 individual applications. Call Louis Ruffin today at 505-507-7722 or go to DCESystemsInc.com to learn more. DCE Systems is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend. Visit clarkspet.com.
Are you sure we're supposed to be doing this?
Don't worry, I've watched him do it 1,000 times. Come on, what's the worst that can happen?
No! Bad dog!
Hi, welcome to Car Crafters. What happened? Don't worry, we'll make it like it never happened.
Car Crafters, it's like it never happened.
Car Crafters is a proud supporter of ProView Networks. Datacom is a proud supporter of ProView Networks. Datacom has portable AC units for rent. Applications include server rooms, retail outlets, healthcare facilities, laboratories, convenience stores and truck stops, events, concerts, and weddings. All of these units are 120-volt plug and play. Call Louis Ruffin today at 505-507-7722 or go to datacom.com to learn more.
Drive, Jeff Siembieda, JJ Buck. Micah, Josh produces for you today over on the ProView Network side, where you can watch the show worldwide on ProViewNetworks.com or statewide at Comcast Channel 26.
Hey, welcome to the Steve Davis Show. Good morning. Welcome to Sports Desk live on Comcast Channel 26. Welcome to The Point with Nick Rich.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to episode 10, America Talking Out.
I'm Pastor Flora Padilla of Mending Broken Hearts.
Welcome to Henry T. Game Face Live, Comcast 26, and Big Bad ProView Network.
Often imitated, never duplicated. Welcome to Local Focus with Sebastian Noel.
Welcome, sports fans. It's that time of the week again. You are watching the Weekly Rundown.
Hey, welcome to Red Menace TV here on ProView Network.
Hello, I'm Steve Davis. You are watching Public Access TV.
Center fielder, Caden Bell on first. Here's the pitch that he struck him out. And great pitching by Alvarado. That'll do it for the Tigers in the top of the fifth.
Go in autographs, 2225 Wyoming, northeast, just south of Manal. Autographs, cards, jerseys, pictures, and it's not just sports, it's history, it's music, it's entertainment. But they're also doing events there. July 22nd, they got a card trading night from 6 to 8, Texas Hold'em night the next night, the 23rd, and a wine and whiskey tasting on July 24th. They're bringing in Lincoln Kennedy August 7th to sign. Steve Garvey's going to be in on the 15th. Do yourself a favor. If you're looking for something for your place or a gift, that perfect gift for somebody who's got everything, you will find something at All In Autographs. I went by there, spent 2 hours just staring at the walls, looking at the autographs of people who were represented, from Joe DiMaggio and Marilyn Monroe to Prince to the Grateful Dead to Pele. I mean, up and down to Buzz Aldrin. It's history, it's entertainment, it's music, it's sports, and it's first class all the way. All In Autographs. Their number is area code 505-504-7575. 505-504-7575. You're going to go in there and you're going to be amazed. It's the best store of its type I've seen anywhere, not just in Albuquerque. And I've been to a lot of these in a lot of states. Go check out All In Autographs. You're going to love them. They're open Wednesday through Sunday. They open at 11 o'clock in the morning. All In Autographs. And you will find something that you want. If you mention this show, if you mention you heard them here, $25 off your purchase of $100 or more. It's All In Autographs at 2225 Wyoming Northeast. All right, good stuff with Brandon, I thought. And I wanted to just kind of touch on what he's doing. The fact that he's doing so much, and look, he could have disappeared, right?
Yeah.
It ends, he gets a DUI, he resigns, and he didn't just fade away, and he didn't sulk. And I know Brandon, and I know we went through some tough times, and he figured out what's next. And what's next is continue to be a positive beacon in this community, and to help kids and to mentor kids and to put this thing back. And obviously the players, all these former guys, every one of them mentioned B. Mace called me. B. Mace called, right? Boom. As soon as B. Mace called, I was in. He's continued with his attitude. He's an infectious personality. He's an incredibly likable guy, JJ. And I'm really proud of him, the way he's responded from the adversity, because it's something like that has knocked a lot of people down. And I know he was hurting, and I know he went through some tough times. And I'm proud of him, the way he came through it, and has been terrific and continued to lead in this community.
And what he mentioned there at the end of the ability to refocus on family, it's such a demanding profession. The time away, all the work you put in. And I really wonder how many coaches will stay true, and chance to talk to Danny about it, about some of the things they said over the COVID year. When they're like, hey, maybe we don't have to be on the road all this time. Maybe there are things we can take a step back, do some things remotely, spend some more time with the family. Once you get back into it, you're looking around, you see other dudes on the road, you get right back into that 24/7 grind mode. And I think for Brandon Mason, he got to a very low point in his life. He was forced to address it when he had the DUI issue, but he's able to recover, get back to his family, the support he needs there, and then his passion is ultimately growing young athletes, and he's able to do it still in the state of New Mexico and benefit so many.
Yeah, I'm proud of him. I really am, and what he's done. All right, what they put together. I mentioned, I said, is it a must-win? I mean, it's a stinking alumni game, right? It's not, and he talked about the competition, because I bet he's been hearing it. Why aren't I on that team? Why what about me? And I mean, I don't know. I don't want to have this conversation. Well, maybe we will on Monday. If that other team beats this team going to the TBT, how are they going to beat Oklahoma State's team? And Doug Gottlieb's the coach, and all those guys. How are they going to beat those guys? They can't beat these guys. You might have that conversation.
We'll see.
It's going to be a fun night. It's going to be a fun night at the pit. Get your tickets at GoLobos.com. Speaking of that, guys, sweet deal today. Sweet deal on tickets to Lobo football. And Lobo football coach Danny Gonzalez is due in studio. When we come back, should be here for about a half hour, I think. Bob, you got 2 segments of Danny Gonzalez? Bob set up the
camera nicely.
Camera's all nice, so Aaron can put Danny on. You got a 3-way box over there, Aaron? Yes, I do. All right, Danny Gonzalez due next on the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
A great crowd for a mid-afternoon game. Swing and a miss, and there's a strikeout, number 5 for Matt Romero.
Smith talking to the batter here. That's a, oh, wow. Nice, and that's an out.
What did I tell you? That one's a That gets over the head of the right fielder. That's going to bring in 2 runs. As Adrian Martinez with the RBI double.
Towards the latter part. Pitch, and that's other way for a single. That's going to score 2. That makes the score 9-0. So RBI double. That's going to make it. That's it. It's 10 runs there.
1-0's a count. And this one's high. It's going deep. And it's going to fall in. He's digging for third, and he gets there. Ezra Mestas with the 3-bagger. He gets the triple, and 2 more runs scored.
Steal to third base.
He brought the hot sauce for strike 3.
Small ball team for Reed Fiegel this year. That one is hit on the line to left. It's going to send Avila back to the warning track, to the wall, and he's going to watch it go. It's a solo homer off the bat of Bo Kidd. One nothing Eagles. Just when we were talking about small ball, the Eagles played long ball. Good over with 2 outs here. That boy's well hit to left. Coming in on it is Morris, and he drops it, and the Ravens win it.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number 1 in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company.
Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend. Visit clarkspet.com.
Dream style roofing tops them all. When your roof's worn out and needs to be replaced, we're gonna do it right, put a smile on your face. There at home, things are looking up when you get your roof done by someone you can trust. Dream Style, a company name that's been around forever. No one does it better. You need a new roof, you know who to call. Dream Style Roofing tops them all.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Technique, this is the opening drive with two-time New Mexico Sportscaster of the Year, Jeff Siembieda, and J.J. Bond.
Look what he did for you. Look what Bobcat did for you. Are we supposed to stand, though? Yeah, what if I turned up his mic? Yeah, is that better?
Is that better?
Yeah,
you hear me now?
Yeah, it's fine.
It's just like being in the pit or at University Stadium at the beginning of the game. You clap. Stand up and clap.
I feel really... Here, can I put on the hat? Look at that. I feel... everybody's got the cherry going today. Joe does. JJ did.
I knew it was up.
That's all right. That's silver.
All right.
You know, I'm on a mission to paint this town cherry.
Yeah,
so
I get it, and it's Friday.
That's right.
Is cherry like scarlet?
No.
No.
Cherry's more red.
So like that San Diego State red.
That's not the same.
That's a deeper.
It is.
Like a deeper red.
It's more on the maroonish side, which we don't want to venture anything near.
And you know, I pulled out one of those shirts and I realized you were coming in today. I said, no, I can't do that today. Danny Gonzalez is in studio. It's the opening drive. Jeff Siembieda, JJ Buck. How you living?
We're living great.
Yeah, I'll bet you are.
It's I mean, we're 3.5 weeks away from starting fall camp. Football season is right around the corner. Our kids are in the weight room Monday, Wednesday, Friday right now, and Tuesday, Thursday getting in physical shape to run their tails off during fall camp. So we're having a grand old time.
Isn't it great when Coach gets that little wry smile? You know, just we're going to get at him a little bit. Let me give you something that's coming up for you, and one of the reasons Danny is here, and you'll hear him on all our stations today. Lobo football tickets are the sweet deal today. And at 9 o'clock, go to our website at sportsanimalabq.com, click on the sweet deal icon, and you'll get 2 tickets for the price of 1 for Lobo football. There are only 150 available at the silver level and 50 available at the turquoise level. So the sale price for this is all 6 games, 2 tickets to each game for $139 in the silver section, $99 in the turquoise level. There's not a lot of these. Take advantage of this. And I know season ticket sales have been moving because there's been so much positive going on down in South Campus.
You know, we want to pack the den. We want everybody to show up. We'll give them a good product. We'll play hard. I'm not telling you how good we're going to be because we're not there yet. We'll be a very competitive football team. We'll win a conference championship around here in my time, and we're making strides towards that. But if you saw the way we ended last season, the competitive nature and the fight in our kids, I still expect to see that on September 2nd.
Now, this time last year, we weren't even sure if we're going to play football, have a season. So just what's it been like to have these kids here just working out and all the things you probably took for granted, but now just practice, weightlifting, getting ready for this season?
Since January, it's been awesome. I mean, 1 year ago today was our second workout of groups of 5. We couldn't have the entire team at the facility at one time, no less. We had it set up all over the South Campus there. Somewhere in the stadium, somewhere in the weight room, somewhere in the tent, somewhere in the indoor practice facility, somewhere on the practice fields, so that we could keep them separated because just the unknown of what was going on. They weren't allowed to spot each other. They weren't allowed to do all those things. So from where we are now to then, it's unreal. And what we've been able to do since January has just been outstanding. We were a very weak football team last year in the weight room just stuff that they did that I'm not used to doing, and that's fine. Well, now they're used to what we do. And we've made tremendous strides since January. So having a normal offseason has been just so good for our program.
And then you've talked about like the positives you were able to pull out of being in Vegas and just coming together as a group, solely focused on the team. In terms of the mental aspect of it, the chemistry, what do you see from that time that's kind of carrying over to now?
That was being in a hotel together 24 hours a day was a blessing in disguise. Where we did it was obviously a challenge, it was different, but we really got to find out the kids that love football and the ones that it wasn't important to. And the ones that it wasn't important to aren't in our program anymore. And that was the kids, not the ones that they didn't feel was invested. We didn't run anybody off. They kind of ran themselves off, which when you have your culture taking that kind of a presence, you have a chance. And so I'm really excited about the group that we have because they do it the way we do it, and they want to be a part of it.
Lobo football coach Danny Gonzalez is in studio. Freshmen are in. Workouts will start here soon. Media Day is 2 weeks from yesterday or Wednesday. We're going to be in Vegas for Media Day, which to me is kind of like the symbolic. We're in it
right
every year. Do you feel like a first-year coach? Do you feel like a veteran? Because in some respect, you were a head coach last year, but it was so different, and you were worried about I remember having these conversations with you. Everything but football, right? It was protocols. It was health. It was groups of 5. Do you feel like you're going through it for the first time, or do you feel like you've done this a bunch of times now?
The scheduling aspect I've done a bunch of times because we've made a whole bunch of different schedules in the last year. The football side of it, I mean, that's what I've done for the last 20 years, and plus having Coach Long here, I mean, I can't express how valuable that's been. Yeah. I mean, we're getting ready for a normal football season, and that's exciting. We're actually getting to do what we do, which is, I mean, it's all right. And the COVID year, being a first-time head coach, was probably good because I won't have that many challenges to deal with normally.
Well, certainly nothing of that magnitude.
Right, unless we're getting our tails whooped, and then you got all kinds of issues.
But you got
that won't be
the other issues, and yeah.
So, but no, I think we're headed in the right direction, and it's okay.
Right.
I'm used to it now.
Now that you got players in, the freshmen are in. How much are you going to count on freshmen this year? And I know the ideal scenario is we're going to redshirt you in. You're going to be here for 5 years, and that's the wonderful model. Some guys are ready to go, and some guys play by necessity. Do you have an idea how many of these young men you're going to use?
There's a couple of them that from the first week of workouts look like they can help us. If they're better than the guys we have in our program that are currently playing, they're going to play. Yeah. If they're not, they're going to lift and get stronger and bigger for the future. They're in shock right now. This week is something that they've never been through, and today was this morning. So they lift every morning at 6 a.m. by themselves as a freshman group so that they can kind of gel together. They run with the veterans on Tuesday and Thursday, but today, the end of their workout, you could tell they were a little spent from the work. And not all of them got to work out on Monday because some of them were still getting cleared physically through the doctors and all that. So they were all there Wednesday and Friday. Today was a little bit tough. Fridays are always the toughest before they get a couple days off. So there's a couple in there that we'll use. We don't get the luxury this year that we had last year. All of them got to play last year, and it didn't count. And we used a bunch of them, especially on special teams, to see how they were going to help us. Well, we got a great evaluation tool from that. We don't get that luxury. We'll get 4 games out of these guys. Some of them will play more than that, but the majority of them won't, which is a good sign for your program.
At this point, without breaking down every specific group, where do you feel at least some confidence, and then where are you looking to say this is maybe an area really have to hit once camp starts?
Well, offensively, our O-line. There's the most veterans there. Kyle Stapley anchors that deal. So they played really well the last 2 weeks. Now, obviously, Teton helped that, and we're having to replace him, and that's probably the biggest question mark up front. We've had a rotation of guys go through there. I think Jamarcus Bailey has a really good chance to take that position. And over the next 4 years, we got a couple guys that everybody in the NFL is going to want, which is pretty exciting around here. They've done a great job in school getting themselves to that point. On defense, we're deepest at linebacker. Now, Jarek Reed will be one of the best defensive backs in the Mountain West. He was first team last year. So we've got some good players. We need to continue to get them to play hard and play to our expectation. And we'll keep making improvement.
Where's the student athlete now, above the shoulders, as far as what they went through last year? You went through it as a coach. They went through it in a different way. Are they just chomping at the bit for regular season? Like, as much as nobody loves 6 a.m. workouts, do they love 6 a.m. work? Just the fact that they're able to do these things again?
I think they understand the things that they took for granted in the past, where they thought they were having to do something that, woe is me. Yeah. That's not the case anymore. I mean, when you get something that you absolutely love taken away from you or put limits on, it really gives you an appreciation. And I think our community's in the same boat. I hope so. I mean, we get a reset on sports activities in the state of New Mexico and the city of Albuquerque. Now, I wasn't here, but I think some of those things were taken for granted. You've got a Division I college football team here, and you've got a 40,000-seat stadium. That thing should be full. Now, I get it. You need to give them a reason to come. We'll give them a reason.
No, and I think you're well. And I've always felt that same way about so much of what we've got. You know, you've got a college football bowl game. It should be full, right? And
100%.
We'll give them a reason. And I think we've taken so many things for granted in every aspect of what we do. I want to get into some specific competitions. I want to get into the momentum that's going on down on South Campus. Danny Gonzalez is in studio. He'll be here through the bottom of the hour, and you've got an opportunity to take advantage of the sweet deal and get half-price Lobo season tickets that'll go on our website 9 o'clock this morning. Go to sportsanimalabbq.com, click on the sweet deal icon, and you've got an opportunity to purchase Lobo season tickets, 2 for the price of 1, and I'll give you more details when we get back. Security for your home, security for your business. It's like insurance. You know you need it. You don't want to pay for it, and then a bad guy breaks in and you realize you should have been prepared. Do not wait until you're a victim. Call IPS. Aaron Jones runs IPS. He is vested in our community, vested in making Albuquerque a better and a safer place to live and to work. I've trusted IPS for years. They watch my home. I go out of town. They go by, pick up newspapers and mail if you ask them to. If it's garbage day, they roll the cans to the curb and back. I was out of town a few weeks ago. The alarm went off. Obviously, it's unsettling. They went by, spoke with the officer. He told me what was going on and made me feel a lot better. If your alarm does go off, they respond within 5 to 7 minutes. Police, I love the police. There's just not a lot. There's not enough to respond to every single alarm that goes off in our town. Call International Protective Service. Protect what's important to you. The number is 505-897-2420, 505-897-2420, or visit them online at ipsglobal.com.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Here at Legacy, we are here to disciple people by helping them connect with God, grow in relationships, and live generously.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
A rogue virus, no jobs, sky-high tuition debt. Life is trying to put our generation on the sidelines. But we refuse to just sit back and watch it pass us by. Instead, watch us fly ahead. Watch us overcome anything. Watch us rise. Watch us change our world. Watch us become the next greatest generation.
Running at you. It's coming up September 2nd out at University Stadium. We got a sweet deal for you to get season tickets. I'll run it by you here again in a little bit, but be prepared at 9 o'clock to go to our website, sportsanimalabbq.com. Danny Gonzalez is in studio with us. JJ brought him Jolly Ranchers.
Outstanding.
You've got so much going on down at South Campus. You mentioned this, and how about what's going on with hoops? And I know you and Richard Pitino have become friends, and what's going on with the alumni game and all the guys that are coming back. So we've had these guys from Drew Gordon and Darrington Hobson to Anthony Mathis come on, guys who left UNM at different points in different situations. And for each one of them, the constant theme was, I just love that community. I love those fans. I can't wait to get back there.
You know what's the neatest thing about what's going to happen Sunday night at 6 o'clock in the pit? And you listen to them on your radio station, those guys talking about it. They're Lobos, and you can feel it in their heart. Yeah. And they're excited to be able to run it back in the pit one more time, have an opportunity in front of our community to go out there and have some fun. I mean, that's going to be, I can't wait. That's going to be a heck of a deal.
I got to think, and you've got freshmen in right now, but the buzz that's going on, that's got to resonate with your freshmen who are still trying to figure out, where am I, what am I? Some of them probably think they're on the moon, right? But to see the love that these guys who've been playing all around the world, some in the NBA, some in Brazil and Israel and Yugoslavia and Lithuania, that love coming back, they got to be going, man, there's got to be something special.
Well, you know, we use this in recruiting all the time. We're the show in town. I mean, the Lobos, we're who everybody comes to see, and that's no disrespect to New Mexico United. They're doing a great job over there, but it's a Lobo town. And I broke it to some of those freshmen last Friday when we brought them in. Guys, some of you are going to live here for the rest of your lives, and you have no idea. They see all the wonderful things that people love about our place. I love Albuquerque. Now, they're hearing it from a very biased position, and I'm okay with that too.
Look, you've lived in some pretty damn good places. Like, you've moved around. You know my love for San Diego.
For sure.
I mean, who doesn't love JJ loves San Diego. You lived in the Phoenix area. I mean, you've lived in great spots, and you come home.
And I love it. And I'll always go visit.
Yeah.
But this is where I'm supposed to be.
Yeah.
And it's that passion that's true. And just there's, I think, a lot of coaches that probably just go through the motions, like, I'll show up here to support it. But a moment that just truly stands out to me is that championship game against San Diego State. Yeah, it was a cold night, but your football team was out there, but you and your family were out there. And after the game, you went over and you're like, Jaden Edwards, can my kids take a picture with you? That was such a true moment.
Women's soccer.
Yeah, the women's soccer championship game. Just such a true moment that right there, if anyone can't question your love for this university.
I'm spoiled because a lot of our listeners out here right now, I'm getting to live a life that they would love to have. I mean, I have access to everything down there. And as long as we continue to make the progress that we're making, I'll have it for a long time. That's what it should be. And I want everybody in this community to feel that way and come and be a part of it, because they're affecting young men's lives. These guys that are 18 to 22, or the young women in our programs that are 18 to 22, they're going to be our community members. They're going to be the next adults growing up that are going to teach our kids and your kids coming behind you how to do this. And so I just love being a part of it.
Danny Gonzalez is in studio. You're listening to the opening drive at 95.9 FM and AM 610 Sports Saddle. You can tune in on ProView Networks and see him as well. All right, you had conversations, NIL, name, image, likeness. How is that going to change college athletics? Everybody thinks they know, and I don't think anybody knows, but you've had conversations. It's been, what is today, the 9th? So it's been in effect 9 days. I saw Saquon Singleton signed a deal with Degree, the national deodorant company, the basketball player. How is it come into your program, if at all, as of yet?
We've got a couple of young men that are very prominent on social media that have helped themselves out, which I'm all for. We will be very NIL friendly, help them in every which way we can. We will actually give them a meeting this morning on the do's and don'ts of what they can do, what they can't do, what we can do to help them, what we can't do. I mean, I can't promise a recruit that he can come here and he's going to sign this great NIL deal and this is it. But I can tell him, hey, guess what? Our quarterback had this deal last year. Come and see what you can get. And so there's a lot of positives. There's still so much unknown. And that's the thing that makes it a little bit scary.
Yeah, here's my fear, and because I'm with you. It's a good thing, and always at the beginning, there's people looking to take advantage, and I know that there's people out here. I'll guide you here, and they're going to take a piece, and they'll sign a piece of paper. Somebody, what do you mean you're getting 50% or whatever? I think your guidance is going to be, before you sign something, make sure somebody takes a look at it. Somebody who's got your best interest at heart, that takes a look at it before you sign something with somebody who's going to go out and find you this business.
This is a great deal being involved with the University of New Mexico, as always. Our law school, for $50, a kid can sign up. They will oversee any contract. It's not 50 per, it's one-time fee of $50. They'll look at every contract to make sure those kids aren't getting messed up. That's just one more thing of our community helping each other out.
Yeah,
exactly right.
A lot of people kind of hear that and they think that college athletics isn't college athletics anymore. And with NIL, what's coming next? But how do you talk to them and even the student athletes and saying, there's still your scholarship, university. Yeah, you're here to play football, but you're still a student. How do you balance all that?
Well, I still think the most important thing out of this is they get a degree that they're not paying for. The majority of them, the ones that are on full scholarship. And as great as this NIL is, guess what? When they're done being football players, they might not be as appreciated as they once were. And they still need the degree to build a life and to go on. Even the guys that play in the NFL, football is not a career for anybody unless you're crazy enough to get into coaching. It's an opportunity. And that opportunity usually ends when football wants it to, not when you want it to. So look at Brian, one of my best friends. He played in the NFL for 12, 13 years. He was 34 years old. Now, he did a lot of good stuff investing. He did a lot of stuff to set himself up because of the people he surrounded him with, which was the best. But at 33 years old, you're exactly right. You're gonna have kids. You're just starting life. You've got to have something to do, and you better have a degree in order to help you out.
Danny Gonzalez is in studio, Lobo football coach. Here's the sweet deal. 2 tickets for the price of 1 for Lobo football. Silver level, $139 for the pair. There's 150 of those available. Turquoise level, it's $99. So $99. I'll do the math. I'll do it quickly for you. Well, maybe not that quickly, but it's. You already know the numbers on it. I mean, it's you're getting 12 tickets at
2 for the price of 1, essentially.
Yeah, 2 for the price of 1. But at $99 divided by 12 tickets, you're paying $8.25 a ticket to go see Lobo football. You've got a great schedule. You got the Aggies coming in. You got Air Force coming in. You got all. I mean, a wonderful schedule coming in. A team that I know is going to be excited. You're excited about. You like the schedule?
I do. I think it's a great schedule. I mean, I don't sugarcoat anything. Week 3, the team we play is significantly better than us.
They're good.
They're the 3rd-ranked team in the country. But guess what? It's another opportunity for us to get better.
Do you recruit for games like that? We're talking, JJ and I have this conversation about your rival all the time, and they're in such a different situation, right? They're playing New Mexico State. It doesn't have a league. They're playing, I think they're playing at, were they playing at Alabama and Florida this year? And do you recruit to say, hey, we got a competitive schedule, but you're going to get to go to A&M or last year, 2 years ago to Notre Dame or to wherever. Is that part of the process? You're going to get to, you get opportunities against a top 5 team as well as competing for a league championship?
I didn't recruit using Texas A&M, but 2024 when we play Auburn and Arizona, and 2025 when we play Michigan, UCLA, you bet your tails I did.
And kids love that opportunity, right? You're going to play in the Rose Bowl. You're going to play in the Big House. You're going to play in some of the best venues. And look, are you going to be double-digit dogs? Yeah, you are.
For sure.
But I don't know. You and I watch football every year, and every year somebody who's not supposed to win.
Exactly right. And in 2007, nobody thought Appalachian State was going to beat Michigan.
Remember that day? Everybody goes back to that one.
I'm not saying we're going to win all those games, but guess what? They're going to be pretty darn good games that those people will think twice about inviting us back.
Well, you want to become, I know you've talked about this, and I've mentioned this to you in so many times, and you've heard me tell this story probably too many times. But back when I started this game, the New Mexico Bowl in 06, 07, I would go to games. I remember Joe Glenn telling me this. I remember Troy Calhoun, Kyle Whittingham, and Gary Patterson, all good coaches. We'd meet at midfield, and my deal is, I go out and I see the coaches before the game, shake hands. That's my job. And they always would ask me about New Mexico. How's New Mexico? God. And every one of them, the theme was, toughest damn team we play every year. They're not the most talented, but damn, they're tough. Damn, they're tough. And that was, when Coach Long was here and you were here. And that was the theme. And you've heard me say this a million times. And I know that's really what you want to get back to. You may never, and Coach Long used to say all the time about San Diego State. Every year, they got the most talent in the league. Now they're soft. And I know that's kind of what you want to get back to.
Definitely. And they were soft when we got there. Guess what? We won 3 conference championships in a 4-year period because we weren't soft.
Yeah.
So we've got a pretty good formula. You want to be a great coach, you better get great players. And we've got a bunch of really good football players on our team. We're not great yet. We'll get there. We've got enough talent that if they are tough, we'll be just fine.
What do you think of just where the Mountain West is right now?
I think it's a great league. I really do. I think it's a great league. I think if you look at from top to bottom, San Jose State, they're on a very similar path to where we're starting. And Brent Brennan's one of my best friends in this business, has done a phenomenal job there. I mean, that's one of the hardest jobs in our league. And they won the conference championship undefeated last year. And if they don't have the COVID stuff going to that bowl game against Ball State, who was a great football team, would have been a completely different game. Boise's got a great tradition of football. Wyoming is one of the prettiest football teams, Power 5, Group of 5 in the country. They look the part. Coach Bolt does a great job. And they're in the same boat as us. I mean, I told them last year before our game against Wyoming, guys, this is who we're aspiring to be. They want to beat everybody up. They want to be the toughest team in this league. And the only way to go out there and prove it is to be tougher than them. Well, they'll be ready for us this year, I promise. They may not have been last year, but they will be this year.
What do you make of the noise every year? And it surfaced about 2 months ago. Boise State they want to go to the American, and San Diego State's going to follow, and all this noise, and the Boise State thing, that they're better than this league. And you know where I am with this. I mean, you got cute blue turf, but you don't win this thing every year. Yeah, San Jose State beat you last year. It bothers me. I don't know if it bothers you as much.
Well, the previous school I was at, we won as many as they did. We beat them at their place, and guess where they're at? They're right here with us where they If they don't want to be here, they don't have to be here. They can go. Good luck.
Yeah. Everybody talks to you about the quarterback. Is that what you hear everywhere you go? What about the quarterback? I know Terry hasn't won the job yet. I think everybody, including me, probably you, right, is assuming Terry will win the job as quarterback. But I know that's probably a question that you get. And you talked about the formula that San Jose State, the trajectory. They got a transfer quarterback from the SEC, and they went undefeated, and they won the league last year.
You know, Terry's been here now for a month. He's really fit in well with the guys. He's done a great job. You can tell why he was a 2-time captain there at Kentucky. Isaiah and Trey have embraced him like one of their own in that room. There's no animosity, which you never know how that's going to be. But it's a sign of a mature football team. And for a true freshman who played really well the last 2 games and sees this great future, and now you got somebody in coming, his deal is, bring him on, coach. We'll compete, and the best man's going to win. And I'm going to do whatever I can to help this football program. You can't ask for anything better than that.
All you can ask. That's all you can ask. All right, you got media day. 2 weeks?
21st, 22nd.
Do you prep for that? Because you didn't do that last year necessarily. Do you expect a lot? You're going to get the same question over and over. Like, what do you expect the theme from the media around this league is going to be?
That we won't be very good. And that's okay.
Coach Long always laughed that no matter where you were in polls, it doesn't matter. Whether you were last or first.
It matters in December. Yeah. And we'll see where we'll play all 12 games, and we'll see where we lie then. They'll ask us. I'll get a bunch of questions about Terry. Well, Terry hasn't practiced one time for the University of New Mexico yet, so I won't answer. People were asking, "Are you taking Terry?" I'm not taking Terry. I love Terry Wilson. He's a great young man. He hasn't done anything yet for the University of New Mexico.
Who are you taking?
It's going to be Kyle Stapley and Jarek Reed.
Nice.
2 guys that have earned their teammates' respect, and they'll represent us the right way. And then, I don't prep for that stuff. You've been around me long enough. I'll talk all day long. So they'll ask me whatever questions. I'll give them whatever they want. And there won't be any sugarcoating. It is what it is.
Well, I've been doing a million of these things now, right? I think, I've been going to these, what's the league, 20-something years old, and I'll be there.
I'm just waiting for the first coach. It's like, we had a terrible offseason. These guys don't show up to the gym. It's going to be
so we're always waiting for, no, we're not very good. Our coaching staff didn't recruit well. The kids have not been working hard in the offseason.
It kind of sounds like after the Utah State game, but it wasn't after the offseason, so that's good.
Hey, we'll talk to you before media day. I know you got see Mandy outside. She's your limousine, ready to take you all around at our radio stations.
I'm ready.
Always appreciate the time.
No, I appreciate you guys having me on, and I appreciate your listeners. I'm one of them. I listen to you guys every day.
Appreciate you.
But I appreciate all the call-in guys that call in, and if they're talking about Lobo football, it means they care. Whether it's good or bad, I don't care if it's negative or not. If they're talking about Lobo football, it means they care, and we have a chance.
Well, here's the deal. Sweet Deal goes live at 9 o'clock this morning. Go to our website, sportsanimалabq.com. Click on the Sweet Deal icon. Lobo season football tickets, 2 deals available, 2 for the price of 1. 2 tickets for the price of 1, silver level. And go online. You can go to Go Lobos and see what tickets you want. GoLobos.com. There's a map on there. 150 of these available, and the silver level for $139. That's for 2 season tickets to Lobo football. If you want to go in the turquoise level, they're $99. There's 50 of those available. Do not wait on this. Take advantage at 9 o'clock for an exciting season of Lobo football. Always great to see you, my friend.
Always great to see you, but what the best part is? We're all in this room, a small little tiny room together, doing this. Seeing you guys not in your houses, this is outstanding.
It's so good to be here. And what's your favorite?
Thank you.
What's your favorite?
Dollar Rancher. I'm a big watermelon guy.
I love the watermelon. That's where I am too.
There you go.
Joe, good to see you. It's the opening drive on 95.9.
Thanks, guys. Go Lobos.
And the Sports Animal.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend. Visit clarkspet.com.
Calling all football players, are you looking to develop your skills this season? It's never too late or too early to put in the work. Coach Carl Barrere and the Air Barrere program at 8 Grady's Performance Center provide comprehensive position training for aspiring football players at all levels. Whether you're looking to increase your speed, gain strength, or hone your skill, we train all positions with a team of experienced coaches who know what it takes to succeed at all levels from Yaffle to college. Check us out at 8gradys.com to learn more and sign up for training today.
Jackson Compaction wants to help you keep your green and keep the community green as well. Jackson Compaction has worked hard to maintain the same prices since day one. Always easy and painless trash removal with professional crews and quality service. If it's non-hazardous waste, debris, or trash on your land, leave it to us. At Jackson Compaction, we're dedicated to ensuring the conservation of our environment. You trash it, we smash it. Jackson Compaction, we've earned a reputation for great results.
Turbo Threads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. Turbo Threads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for Turbo Threads.
Next in line.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks. DCE Systems want to help schools reopen and keep students, teachers, and staff safe. New Mexico's distributor of no-valent Shield Plus, an antimicrobial hand sanitizer that lasts 24 hours. That's right, 24 hours. 1 liter will provide approximately 2,000 individual applications. Call Louis Ruffin today at 505-507-7722 or go to DCESystemsInc.com to learn more. DCE Systems is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend. Visit clarkspet.com.
Datacom is a proud supporter of ProView Networks. Datacom has portable AC units for rent. Applications include server rooms, retail outlets, healthcare facilities, laboratories, convenience stores and truck stops, events, concerts, and weddings. All of these units are 120-volt plug and play. Call Louis Ruffin today at 505-507-7722 or go to datacom.com to learn more.
Drive, Jeff Siembieda, JJ Buck, Micah. Josh produces for you today over on the ProView Network side, where you can watch the show worldwide on ProViewNetworks.com or statewide at Comcast Channel 26.
Hey, welcome to the Steve Davis Show.
Good morning and welcome to Sports Desk live on Comcast Channel 26.
Welcome to The Point with Nick Rich.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to episode 10, America Talking Out.
I'm Pastor Flora Padilla of Mending Broken Hearts.
Welcome to Henry T. Game Face Live, Comcast 26, and Big Bad ProView Network.
Often imitated, never duplicated. Welcome to Local Focus with Sebastian Noel.
Welcome, sports fans. It's that time of the week again. You are watching the Weekly Rundown.
Hey, welcome to Red Menace TV here on ProView Network.
Hello, I'm Steve Davis. You are watching Public Access TV.
Center fielder, Cade Bell on first. Here's the pitch to Heath. Struck him out. And great pitching by Alvarado. That'll do it for the Tigers in the top of the fifth.
A great crowd for a mid-afternoon game. Swing and a miss, and there's a strikeout, number 5 for Matt Romero.
Smith talking to the batter here. That's a... Oh, wow. Nice, and that's an out.
What did I tell you? That gets over the head of the right fielder. That's going to bring in 2 runs. As Adrian Martinez with the RBI double.
Towards the latter part. Pitch, and that's another way for a single. That's going to score 2. That makes the score 9-0. So RBI double. That's going to make it. That's it. It's 10 runs there.
But Mike is here.
Oh,
What up, dude?
yeah. Okay, let's do it, guys. Get that for all it's worth, aren't you?
You got a special man. Well, I can understand. Uptown. Yeah. Say uptown. Say downtown. Well,
Yeah. We had to do this all morning. These are the best songs ever, is it not?
I can't even hear the music. You just listen. You play the music for me.
What's up, dude? How you living?
Doing good.
You get to see Danny in the hallways?
Oh yeah, I got a superstar in the building.
Yeah, and Danny's here too. Do you have a job?
I do.
I don't know. I think he just comes to hang out with us, which is cool.
I mean, there's always some lulls in the day, so I come over and chat with you guys. Miss you guys.
It's really good. Mike is here. He's got a job. Danny Gonzalez was here. We got Bobcats here. Aaron's here. I mean, the whole band is together. As soon as Hoser calls in, then everything will be good. You heard what Danny Gonzalez had to say. You listened to it. You said you had a favorite piece of that.
My favorite piece was, I think it was that first segment when Danny said, we need to pack that 40,000 seat stadium. Don't get me wrong, the fans need a reason to be in there to pack that stadium, but we're going to give them a reason.
Yeah, and I'm glad Aaron and Proby were with us, because if you saw the look on his face, I think that even emphasized it more. It's there's a confidence, and I tell you, I've told you this so often. I hear Rocky Long 20 years ago when I hear Danny speak. I'm not expecting you to, but there's that. Rocky would have said something like that. We talked about the kids don't like they don't like working out, and they were shocked this morning. Just some of the cadence, but JJ, as you said, with Danny's personality, it's a confidence that borders cocky, but isn't quite there yet. It's like, I know we're going to do this. Like he said, the formula works. And I really, and he says, we haven't done anything yet. We're not a good football team yet.
It's a humble cocky.
If that, yeah.
Humble cocky, you got to respect it.
I think there's something, I'll give you that. Put that on the board, by the way, a humble cocky. Yeah, I mean, is that a fair way to say, you know what I'm saying, when you listen to him talk about what's going on here?
Yes. There's a lot of elements of his biggest mentor in his career, Rocky Long, but then there's Danny Gonzalez. So he kind of has that cadence, he has that confidence, that brashness, but then his personality, which it's true. Like, even if, knock on wood for Danny Gonzalez, like, it doesn't succeed, he's not going to turn his back on UNM. He's not going to still have that passion for being a Lobo or this community, because everything he's doing, yes, he's trying to sell Lobo football, but he understands that everything matters, and his passion is real, and it's not just, it's part of my obligations, let's go through the motions.
Yeah, I think a lot of it is, I think everybody wants to talk to Terry Wilson, the quarterback. And would he have been a logical choice maybe to take to media day? Everybody brings their quarterback. He's no. He hadn't done anything at the University of New Mexico. He hadn't earned the starting spot yet, for crying out loud. He hadn't taken a snap. He hadn't been to practice yet. And so he's going to take Kyle Stapley, who's a all-conference lineman, and by the way, very well spoken. And that makes sense to me. And I'm down with that. I just I think you should feel secure now. And so I'm going to ask you this question. I asked you this last year. How patient will Lobo fan be? And I said, I thought they'd be patient. And the fact that you won the last 2 games made you feel good. You saw progress. How patient is Lobo fan this year? What do they have to do to satisfy Lobo fan? Is 4 wins and being competitive enough this year? That would be progress. Is it 6 wins and bowl eligibility requirement? Like what will satisfy Lobo fan? Last year to me it was be competitive. They were competitive in every game except the Utah State game, right? What will satisfy Lobo fan this year?
I think getting 4 or more. Because you look at their schedule, there is a good opportunity for them to start the season 3-1.
Okay.
Houston Baptist, New Mexico State, Texas A&M, UTEP. And then just set yourself up for the challenges that are ahead. When you got Air Force, San Diego State, Colorado State, Wyoming, that Mountain West schedule, which is going to be a challenge. So I think getting off to a good start and at least giving yourself that chance to chase 6.
Micah, from your perspective, what's going to satisfy the basic Lobo fan?
Like what JJ said, I think what's going to satisfy them is a better start to this season than what they did last year. I mean, yes, they finished on a good note last year, but I think if they start the season like they did last year, then I think that's going to satisfy fans a little bit more.
All right, so that's fine, and that'll get you through September. When we sit here in December, right? I mean, it's great. And Bob Davies started 2-1 also, right? And then lost 10 in a row.
It's the start and then competitive down the stretch.
Consistency.
Yeah, of course, it's going to be different. If they start 3-1 and they lose their last 4 games like 28 points, doesn't feel good.
Well, we went through 6 quarterbacks. Like seasons happen. I think competitive, and I think 5 wins, right? That would mean you win your 3 there, win 2, and maybe 3 in conference, right? And we're having a conversation. All right, we'll talk more. I got your emails on Danny Gonzalez, what he had to say. The Sweet Deal goes live at the top of the hour. That'll be at 9 o'clock on our website, sportsanimалabq.com. You can send emails, Jeff or JJ, at sportsanimалabq.com. You can find us on the NMDOT text line, 505-246-0610. Of course, that's the same number as the Quan's Auto Care hotline, 505-246-0610. You got the big Lobo event at the Pit this weekend. You've got, by the way, Lobo basketball tickets. Joe just told me renewals went hot. They'll go hot next week. That was breaking news yesterday. They're allowed to start moving those. But gentlemen, how you feeling now that you're out moving again? You're out doing stuff again. I hope you're feeling well. But if you are not, if you're just not feeling like yourself, I really suggest you call New Mail. They will help you feel like you again. Maybe you're dealing with things that are 100% natural. Things like fatigue or low T, erectile dysfunction. There is a place, and it's right here in Albuquerque, that can help you. New Mail has been the trailblazer in the men's health field for years. They continue to lead the way and help men feel better. You just got to call them. 505-652-1688. Reach out to them or visit them at newmail.com, NUMALE.com. You'll feel better. This is fact, 100% natural. As men age, things like hair loss, weight gain, even ED, it happens. There's a good chance you're going to be affected. Nothing to be ashamed of. In fact, the only thing to be embarrassed about is if you don't do anything about it. There's something to do. New Mail, 505-652-1688. New Mail's here in Albuquerque. It's comfortable. The best part about this whole thing is the results. It's real. It works, and men all over the country are benefiting. Call New Mail at 505-652-1688 or visit newmail.com and feel better.
1-0's the count. And this one's high. It's going deep. And it's going to fall in. He's digging for third, and he gets there. Ezra messed us with the 3-bagger. He gets the triple, and 2 more runs scored.
Steal to third base.
He brought the hot sauce for strike 3.
Small ball team for Reed Fiegel this year. That one is hit on the line to left. It's going to send Avila back to the warning track, to the wall, and he's going to watch it go. It's a solo homer off the bat of Bo Kidd. 1-0 Eagles. Just when we were talking about small ball, the Eagles played long ball. That boy's well hit to left. Coming in on it is Morrison. He drops it, and the Ravens win it.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number one in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company.
Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend. Visit clarkspets.com.
Dream Style Roofing tops them all. When your roof's worn out and needs to be replaced, we're gonna do it right, put a smile on your face. They're at home, things are looking up when you get your roof done by someone you can trust. Dream Style, a company name that's been around forever. No one does it better. You need a new roof, you know who to call. Dream Style Roofing tops them all.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Here at Legacy, we are here to disciple people by helping them connect with God, grow in relationships, and live generously.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
A rogue virus, no jobs, sky-high tuition debt. Life is trying to put our generation on the sidelines. But we refuse to just sit back and watch it pass us by. Instead, watch us fly ahead. Watch us overcome anything. Watch us rise. Watch us change our world. Watch us become the next greatest generation.
For Rome. The Jim Rome Show is up next at 10, 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
All right, got some emails from you in regards to what Danny had to say. Danny Gonzalez was in studio with us. 246-0610 is how to get in here. Dan says 4 ? Jeffrey, Juan Jose, Micah, John, Igato, Roberto. I think 4 and 8 would be disappointing with 3 games in the first month, infinitely winnable. I think that's probably right. I think assuming you win those 3 games, and man, you're already giving them the New Mexico State game. And I know people are judging New Mexico State on what you saw in the spring in New Mexico State. New Mexico State had none of their recruits in, and we'll talk to Doug Martin here soon. New Mexico State will be better than what you saw in the fall.
And that's fair. I agree with that.
I mean, in the spring.
Here's 4 with the pushing. Like competitive down the stretch.
Yeah.
Not necessarily just 4 wins, but a lot of it is still. All right, you won 2 games in a weird year.
Right.
Yes, there's a lot of momentum, but 2 to 6 is still a hard jump. So you want to see them competitive down the stretch.
You know, I look at those games. They were competitive against San Jose State, who won the league. They were competitive against Hawaii, who won the New Mexico Bowl. They were Air Force. They were competitive in that Air Force game, even though they didn't score. They turned the ball. They turned the ball over all night in the plus territory. Like the only game I looked at it and said they weren't competitive was Utah State, right? And so to me, that was progress. But I ask you the question now, moving forward, as a Lobo fan, where are you going to be? Where are you going to be satisfied? Where's the sweet spot? And I'm interested in what you're thinking. Lobo Hobo says Terry, Isaiah, and Trey. 2 glaring names he did not mention were Tavaka and Hughes. Well, I think we've all come to a place, and I know Tavaka's still there. He's not been cleared. JJ, he had a concussion in November. Even if they clear him today, you're his family. You talking about playing football? Because at this point, I think I am. Or I'm trying to. I mean, is Tavaka? Do you expect Tavaka Tuioti to play football for the Lobos again?
Right now, my answer would be no.
You can't, right?
Just with the head injuries.
I mean, so you're right. And Brant Hughes.
And Hughes is coming off
2
back-to-back shoulder injuries on his throwing shoulder.
2. Yeah. So he's talking about the guys who played quite a bit last year. He's talking about Trey, who was his starting quarterback for a while, and then Isaiah, who won 2 games. Yeah, that's who he's talking about. And to me, that wasn't even glaring. I mean, I wouldn't have expected Tavaka. Timex Terry ? Jeff, I want to hear how the new quarterback's looking. I hadn't had to practice yet. He's been in. He's been a leader. He says, I have this 20-year-old Timex I paid $20 for. It's all beat up, but I can't bring myself to throw it away because it's still running. Carl will be very happy if Timex Terry can answer the bell instead of limping off the court after a few hits, like many prior quarterbacks, never to be seen again. It's from Carl. I understand where Lobo fan is really, really gun-shy when it comes to quarterbacks. You have run through quarterbacks over the last decade. Is that, I mean, at least, right?
There's only been 2 years where there was stability, but people didn't view it as stability because 2 different quarterbacks played.
That was the Austin Apodaca, Donovan, was it?
Lamar, Jordan, Austin Apodaca.
Lamar.
Like, it worked. But 2 quarterbacks were playing, so everyone was like, oh, they don't have one.
Yeah, they won 10 games that year.
Kind of have a system that's working. So.
They were 9 games. They won 9 games that year. They won 9 games that year. Yeah, they won 9 games, won a bowl game that year. So I think this is the most confident I feel about the quarterback position, JJ, that I can remember. And I've not seen I haven't met the young man. He's been on our show. What Danny says about the way he's been treated and respected and welcomed in that room is encouraging. I told Danny, I mean, I didn't expect him to say it's his job. Of course he's going to say it. But I mean, there's not a lot that would stun me in sports. If Terry Wilson's not a Lobo quarterback when they start the season, that will stun me.
That is fair. That would be shocking.
Yeah. I mean, that's nothing against Trey and nothing against Isaiah. Bringing a guy from the SEC who came here for a 6th year.
And it's not just hype. It's like he has a resume in college football.
Have you watched the young man play? Yeah. It's the most excited I've been about a Lobo quarterback in a long time. All right, it's yours the rest of the way home. 505-246-0610. You're on the phones now. We'll get there next on the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 670 Sports Animal.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend. Visit clarkspets.com.
Calling all football players, are you looking to develop your skills this season? It's never too late or too early to put in the work. Coach Carl Barrere and the Air Barrere program at 8 Grady's Performance Center provide comprehensive position training for aspiring football players at all levels. Whether you're looking to increase your speed, gain strength, or hone your skill, we train all positions with a team of experienced coaches who know what it takes to succeed at all levels from Yaffle to college. Check us out at 8gradys.com to learn more and sign up for training today.
Jackson Compaction wants to help you keep your green and keep the community green as well. Jackson Compaction has worked hard to maintain the same prices since day one. Always easy and painless trash removal with professional crews and quality service. If it's non-hazardous waste, debris, or trash on your land, leave it to us. At Jackson Compaction, we're dedicated to ensuring the conservation of our environment. You trash it, we smash it. Jackson Compaction, we've earned a reputation for great results.
Turbo Threads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. Turbo Threads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for Turbo Threads.
Next in line.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks. DCE Systems want to help schools reopen and keep students, teachers, and staff safe. New Mexico's distributor of no-valent Shield Plus, an antimicrobial hand sanitizer that lasts 24 hours. That's right, 24 hours. 1 liter will provide approximately 2,000 individual applications. Call Louis Ruffin today at 505-507-7722 or go to DCESystemsInc.com to learn more. DCE Systems is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend. Visit clarkspets.com.
Are you sure we're supposed to be doing this?
Don't worry, I've watched him do it 1,000 times. Come on, what's the worst that can happen?
No! Bad dog! Hi, welcome to Car Crafters. What happened? Don't worry, we'll make it like it never happened.
Car Crafters, it's like it never happened.
Car Crafters is a proud supporter of ProView Networks. Datacom is a proud supporter of ProView Networks. Datacom has portable AC units for rent. Applications include server rooms, retail outlets, healthcare facilities, laboratories, convenience stores and truck stops, events, concerts, and weddings. All of these units are 120-volt plug and play. Call Louis Ruffin today at 505-507-7722 or go to datacom.com to learn more.
Drive, Jeff Siembieda, JJ Buck. Micah, Josh produces for you today over on the ProView Network side, where you can watch the show worldwide on ProViewNetworks.com or statewide at Comcast Channel 26.
Hey, welcome to the Steve Davis Show. Good morning and welcome to Sports Desk Live on Comcast Channel 26.
Welcome to The Point with Nick Rich.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to episode 10, America Talking Out.
I'm Pastor Flora Padilla of Mending Broken Hearts.
Welcome to Henry T. Game Face Live, Comcast 26, and Big Bad ProView Network.
Often imitated, never duplicated. Welcome to Local Focus.
Sports show in New Mexico for 5 years running. This is the opening drive with two-time New Mexico Sportscaster of the Year, Jeff Siembieda, and JJ Buck.
All right, a little change of plans for you. I know you've been on hold, and we're gonna make a call because we're going to. It's the opening drive. Jeff Siembieda, JJ Buck. Big weekend around here, and we've been telling you and talking so much about the big Lobo event on Sunday at the Pit. New Mexico United's got 2 matches. They play tonight at home against Colorado Springs. Charleston will be in Rio Grande Credit Union Field at Isotopes Park on Monday. And so if you're on the line, I'm gonna ask you to call back in the next segment because we got a special guest who just called in. And I know a huge fan of our show as much as, we're a huge fan of his. Troy Lesane is the head coach and technical director of New Mexico United. He joins us this morning on match day, nonetheless. Good morning, Troy. How you living?
Morning, guys. Good to be back on, and certainly apologize to any callers that got bumped for our call, man. I would have waited a lot longer, that's for sure.
I looked at JJ and said, no, you can't take that call. We got to take Troy.
Well, the guy that was on hold will talk for 18 minutes.
That's a really good point. No, it's a really good point. All right. And by the way, on match day, we appreciate it even more. Dorothy clicked her heels back in the day and said there's no place like home. I know you guys are hoping that. Tough stretch with the 3 straight on the road and coming away with no points. All of those matches which you had leads. I know you don't think only home is going to be the only remedy, but being home has got to be part of getting well.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think that just being back home and having the confidence of being in front of our fans and their support through difficult times and through great times is something that we're really looking forward to tonight and on Monday. And to your point, it was a tough stretch, but it was, I think, a little bit more frustrating than tough from the standpoint that we did take the lead in all 3 games and we didn't close out the game. So, that's been the focus, and then a lot of the talking point is just we need to put together a complete 90 minutes performance, and I think if we continue to have the type of initiative to take the lead, we're going to be able to close the game out.
Troy, I asked JJ this earlier. The 3 previous matches, I heard the term clean sheet probably more than I've ever heard it in my whole life, right? You hadn't given up a goal in 3 straight matches, and then you had this stretch where you give up 3, 3, and 2. Do you pinpoint it? I mean, have you looked? I know you've looked at the video, and what's the difference? Is there something specific that happened? Did they attack you differently? Did somebody just kind of find a blueprint?
Yeah, I think there's a couple things to it, and you're exactly right. I think the most important thing to do when you come away from losses and wins is to remove the emotion, remove the negative feelings from a loss, remove the elation from a win, and say what really happened, because that's the only way that you're going to continue to get better. And I think you can pinpoint some individual mistakes that happened along the way of this last road trip, and also some adjustments that need to be made beyond just individual mistakes from our end as a coaching staff. Both with maybe some personnel and then even, looking at our system of play and saying, can we make a tweak here or there? So we're going to look at all of it, and you have to even more with a critical eye when you have 3 matches where you went up and you didn't finish the game out.
Now, Troy, to that point of the kind of in-season adjustments, do you have in your mind like a roadmap of how you'd like your team to be at a certain point in time? And if so, kind of where are you? And then with some of those adjustments, how does that work in season?
I mean, clearly, I'd like us to be at the top of the table throughout the entire season, and we're 11 matches in, so we're a third of the way in. And if you look at our table in regards to the other divisions, it's definitely the tightest from top to bottom. So a win for us, in the next couple matches, we could be at the top of the table. So what we need to focus on is where we currently are, we've had 4 wins, we've had 2 draws and 5 losses. In those 5 losses, 4 we've been up. So there's a lot of points we've left on the table, and I think that some of the adjustments that we'll make in relationship to that stat that really stands out in the first 11 matches is going to help correct that and going to put us towards the top of the table like we want to be.
Talking with Troy Lesane, head coach, technical director of New Mexico United. And Troy, this is another stretch, the tight schedule. You had those 3 road games over the week. Now it's a Friday, Monday split squad rotation, but also players have to step up when their number is called. How you feeling the guys are ahead of these 2 matches?
Yeah, I think that's the benefit of being able to play so many guys in the first 11 matches. And, we've been able to really see a lot of different players in a lot of different positions. And that's strategic as well in relationship to the first third of the season. To not only provide opportunities for guys that earn it, but also to really solidify what our plans are going to be down the stretch as we reach the next half of the final half of the season.
No, Troy, sports are always interesting. You have your honeymoon periods, then you have the times where life hits, and as sports fans, it's not always going to be rosy, and I think we're seeing this week just how passionate some United fans are, and I thought some of the players handled it really well, too, of taking the ownership, but knowing how important it is to bounce back at home. Going through stretches like this, what can you find out about yourselves, because this is far from over?
Yeah, well, I think there's a few things. I mean, we do have a passionate fan base. We do have a fan base that pays attention. I mean, they're not just looking at their results at the end of the match. They're looking at what happened in the match and saying, this seems to be a problem that we're not holding a lead. What's the deal with that? So I think what that tells me is that people are paying attention and that it truly matters to them. And I wouldn't have it any other way. Does that increase, the pressure on myself or the players? Absolutely. But when you have the support of our fan base, that same passion that looks at it critically and wants to say, hey, that's not right. We need to do better. When you get it right, they're going to be there in full support in an even bigger way. So I love that, and I love our fan base for holding us accountable. But you're not going to see anyone hold themselves accountable in a greater way than myself as the leader, and then certainly our players as well. And then lastly, one thing that stuck out to me this past week was our owner and president, Peter Trevisani, was we had some long conversations just about where we are in relationship to being in the 3rd season and how much we want to capitalize on this year. And his support for both myself and our players and everything we're doing on the technical side, that gives you even more confidence. So we've got an incredible fan base. We've got an incredible owner. We have to go do the job. We really do. We have to follow through, and it's our job now to provide results.
Troy, I've always said passion works both ways. It's terrific when things are going well, and it ratchets up a bit when it's not going well. Do you feel it? Because this is the first time, and JJ and I had this conversation earlier, first time in 2.5 years of existence that there's been some adversity in regards to results. And do you hear it, and does it affect you at all?
A little bit, but again, I think that it's something I wouldn't have it any other way because I've been a part of franchises and teams in the USL where no one has any idea what the results are. They're just supporting the club blindly, and it's a small supporters group. And we have a huge supporters group that pays attention to everything, and that's what you want as a coach and a player. That's the environment that's real at the highest level, and that's something that we want to continue to strive to bring to New Mexico. And I think we had adverse results, particularly in the first year. We were closing in on the quarterfinals in the Open Cup and towards the top of the table in year one. And by the end of the season, we were in a playoff race, and we had to really buckle down to make the playoffs. So we've been there before a little bit. I've been there before with other teams. Players have the same type of experience. What really matters is using that experience to make sure that we make this year with New Mexico United special, and I know we certainly have the ability to do so. We have to go do it.
United head coach Troy Lesane is with us for a few more minutes. It's Colorado Springs in town tonight. JJ will be on the call with Tyler Ortega on ESPN Plus's telecast. Sometimes you get caught in your own bubble, and I think as fans, you focus on your team and you know your guys, and our guys are so good, and I think people still look at the Open Cup a couple of years ago. and you lose sight of what's going on around the league, and specifically the teams that's coming in today. They've got a front, and specifically a player who's as good as anybody maybe that's in this league. And I think sometimes you lose sight. Man, the other guys are good too. They're getting paid. They're professionals as well.
Yeah, Haji Berry's a talent. There's no doubt about it. And it's interesting because he came into the league in, I want to say, 2017 out of Central Florida, and he did quite well in his first season, maybe a year and a half. And then for whatever reason, he had a little bit of a rut himself in his career, and really he found his form, and I think he found his form by the way that Colorado Springs and Brendan Burke set up. It really suits him. And that's the case for any player, right? When they find the right fit, they can really they can highlight their ability. They can do what Haji's doing right now, and so we got to figure out a way to stop him. It's not going to be easy, but I do feel confident that the guys have a really good mindset going into tonight, and we're gonna get it done.
Troy, appreciate it on match day. Spending some time with us. Best of luck this weekend, both sides of the weekend, Friday and Monday. Charleston's in on Monday, and you get the Colorado Springs Switchbacks tonight. Good luck to you. Appreciate you spending some time. Always good having a conversation with you.
Yeah, guys. Thanks for having me on.
Be well. Be well. Troy Lesane, as a head coach, technical director. I appreciate him reaching out and obviously trying to get more and more people out there tonight. But it's easy to reach out and say, hey, want to come on when things are going well. And I like his demeanor. I've told you this. He's to me my favorite thing about United. I like Troy. I like his demeanor. I like his accountability. I like the way he carries himself. And of all the things that you've told me of recent about the supporters group, going after him and people calling for his job, I'm like, dang, really? Like to me, that's the most solid thing about that franchise.
And what you just said, it's accountability, the good and the bad. In sports, there are a lot of times you have to step up, face adversity. It was a bad week. It was 3 games. The season is far from over. But what Troy just said there is he's like, I appreciate that. I embrace that, and I will take that challenge head on, and we have to go respond now. And the challenge for you is getting into the gym. What if I told you in just 45 minutes you can get yourself a high-intensity workout? They can burn 600 to 800 calories. Now, I was 3 calories away on Wednesday. I burned 597 in 45 minutes. That's a pretty darn good amount of work to get in, and you can do that with F45 training. F45 training, high-intensity interval training, 45-minute classes, and you're going to hit different things throughout the week. So Wednesday, it was more cardio-based sets where you're not just on a rower or doing a treadmill for 45 minutes. You're doing full-body functional fitness that push you to high-intensity levels, and the classes are fantastic. You have upper body, lower body, strength, cardio, all these things mixed into the program for that full body functional workout. So check them out at F45training.com. Download the F45 app today, just 45 minutes. You can find a way to fit it in your schedule. This morning, I was like, oh man, I got to book my class. Opened up the app, noon, I'll be there getting it in. And the thing when you book your class is you know that 45 minutes is locked in. They're not going to overbook. You're not going to show up and be kicked out. Once you book it, your spot is locked in. Don't have to keep your fingers crossed. Things will be available. The class is set up. You are good to go, and you can get on with your day. So check them out at F45training.com. Download the F45 app today. Team training, life-changing. I'll see you at F45.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number 1 in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company.
Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend. Visit clarkspet.com.
Dream Style Roofing tops them all. When your roof's worn out and needs to be replaced, we're gonna do it right, put a smile on your face. They're at home, things are looking up when you get your roof done by someone you can trust. Dream Style, a company name that's been around forever. No one does it better. You need a new roof, you know who to call. Dream Style Roofing tops them all.
Cheese is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Here at Legacy, we are here to disciple people by helping them connect with God, grow in relationships, and live generously.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
A rogue virus, no jobs, sky-high tuition debt. Life is trying to put our generation on the sidelines. But we refuse to just sit back and watch it pass us by. Instead, watch us fly ahead. Watch us overcome anything. Watch us rise. Watch us change our world. Watch us become the next greatest generation.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a #1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Sports Animal.
You know, good things happen a lot on this show, and I've been really happy with the way things are going. But by the way, the Sweet Deal's live. I don't know if there's anything left. If you the 2-for-1 Lobo season tickets, go hit them. It's sportsanimalabq.com. Click on the Sweet Deal icon. 2 tickets for the price of 1. Lobo football. And Danny Gonzalez was in. Appreciate him coming in. Troy Lesane, what'd you get? I mean, literally in that commercial break, and our next caller's been on hold forever because we were going to him, and you're like, hey, Troy Lesane wants in. So I'm like, okay. And then yesterday, Kenny Thomas just calls because he's been listening to the show. You get the big dogs calling on the House of Strauss. These big name superstars just calling to your show too. They stay away from him, huh? Yeah.
They can't handle the Viper Pit.
Yeah. If you can't come in the Viper Pit, you shouldn't exist.
It's like Globo Gym.
All right, let's go. 24606.
Purple Cobras.
You've been holding. Edward, I know that was a longer hold than you would have liked, but appreciate you.
You know, I was talking to Bobcat when I first called in, and I was like, I'll hold through the commercials because maybe I can learn something as I navigate through my day. And we talked and joked, and I love me some Bobcat. You know, I love me some Bobcat. Yep. When you know, I consider myself to be a Renaissance man, and when Mr. Troy Lesane calls in, well, given his surname, he may be of French descent, a fellow Frenchman. Rather than complain, I'm going to say, Je vous souhaite bonne chance. Translated, we wish you good luck. Or as 49.1% of the New Mexico population might say, buena suerte, also meaning good luck. You know, when the grandparents came from the old country, Jeff and JJ, they spoke 5 languages. They didn't throw on their Tony Romo jersey and jorts and hope for the best. They educated them.
Kenny did his own joke.
Sorry about that. They educated them. Sorry, they educated themselves.
I'm glad you love
for commerce purposes, and they try to do their best. So
the funniest part is you laughing at your own stuff so much you can't get through it.
Throwing your. I know there's a guy in that studio that wears jorts on occasion, so we can laugh amongst ourselves. Yeah. Then you throw in the Tony Romo jersey, and that even makes it better.
Yeah, right.
Hey, I don't want to do the nickname game, but is there not a freaking better name than Marvin Automatic? That is a great
So I
freaking
said that
nickname.
the other day. I mean, going back to old school, Automatic is just a great nickname. Marvin Automatic Johnson. Great nickname.
That it echoes an eternity in this state.
Yeah.
And Marvin's a good friend of mine, and I love that guy. But that is a great underrated nickname. Hey, I looked up the Lobo win total, and I'm a huge fan of the coach, and I think it's going to be interesting to see how they play with expectations.
It's
4.5.
Yeah.
I looked it up myself in the computer machine here.
Yeah.
And then I'm not a huge Lobo fan, guys, but I'm a fan of great stories, and we've had a fury of them this week. And the gentleman that you brought on earlier today, I'm all about reparation and overcoming things and resolution in life. And for him to overcome personal issues and to still be that dogmatic, I'm a huge fan of the guy that called in earlier, and I'm wishing great things for every person that called in today and this week.
Brandon Mason, I'm proud of Brandon the way he's handled that, and I, you don't have to be older or younger, or father or your son to be proud of someone. Brandon's a friend, and Brandon went through some hard times, man. DUIs aren't fun, and Brandon took responsibility. He didn't blame it on anybody else. He didn't run from it, and he, like he said, he reprioritized and has done incredibly positive things. I'm proud of the way he's handled this.
I hope each of those individuals is still listening, and I'm rooting for each one of them. It's a great story of restoration, and guys, great job this week, guys. I'm a big fan. You know that. That's why I helped for 18 minutes. Have a delightful weekend.
See you, man. I appreciate that. And Edward usually is on the national stuff on the football, but we're going to do local as much as we can. And JJ, I was just telling, I was talking to Jared. The content we've had this week, the guests that we've had this week, I think, on a regular basis, we've got pretty good stuff. I'm pretty proud of what we do. But just catch up with some of these guys this week and listen to the stories. It's not you and I, man. It's listen
their
to them.
stories, their willingness to share their journey, have those conversations, learn about life after the pit. It's been a lot of fun.
Rudy, good morning. Hope you enjoyed this week.
Oh, this has been a fantastic week, and the culmination of this week is going to be this Sunday, and I'm really looking forward to it. And I just keep telling people, get your tickets. We're taking the whole family. I mean, this is where you get a rare opportunity to see decades of Lobo basketball and watch the guys that can still play and still want to hoop. And, it's so funny because I've been talking to Kenny because he's in town for this week, and I've been really close to Kenny since, I met Kenny when he was at Albuquerque High.
Yep.
My dad was a counselor there. My mom taught Ron Garcia at St. Teresa. It's funny how things come full circle. And when they do, it's really fantastic. And that's the unique part of Albuquerque, New Mexico. We try to keep those ties that bind. And family means a lot to everybody. And I've known Brandon Mason since he took the job at UNM, the first job. And he started out, worked his way up, and he's a man that knows how to take responsibility and not let it weigh you down. And what he's done to put this thing together, he's put up his own money, okay? He's got his own money in this thing. Most of these players, in fact, all of them are out here on their own dime, right? They're getting a free dinner out of it, and they're getting to practice at the Davilo Center and play in the pit. That's their motivation for coming back here. What does that say about those players, Jeff and JJ?
No, it says they love this place. It says this place has been indelible upon on their lives, and they want to go back and relive it.
Yeah, one of my good buddies is George Scott. Here's a guy from Louisville, Kentucky, that came to Albuquerque, New Mexico, and made it a home. Hunter Green, and you got Kenny threatening to come back, and I said, don't make it a threat, make it a promise, Kenny. I'd love to have him back in Albuquerque. Yeah. I think he could do a lot for this community. He's amazing with kids.
Yes.
And I want to see how he coaches because I think he has some coaching chops too.
I hope so. And this is a great opportunity for him, and I know it's something that he's interested in doing. And, I mean, he made it clear. He came on our show, right? I mean, he wanted the job this time around and understood that he's got to go out and coach a little bit. So
I was kind of teasing him. I don't know if you remember the episode of MASH where Pioneer Aviation and Hot Lips thinks that Frank is going to make $1 million on Pioneer Aviation, and they kiss each other and go, millions. So I told Kenny, don't do that. But when you're in the huddle, when you break huddle, you should say million.
Yeah, million.
I really hope those guys can come out and shock everybody and just walk away with $1 million. That'd be about $100,000 a piece for those guys. That would make all of this worth it too.
It's going to be a good time, Rudy, and I appreciate the call. Thanks, man.
You're welcome.
All right, see you.
Thank you.
505-246-0610. I think that well, there's a bunch in there. Kenny's in, and we'll talk to Rudy about it too more. And I should have asked him. I just think Kenny's in such a better place, and I've seen him in so long, in regards to New Mexico, to him, to just where he is. And this has just been just a feel good week. And you know what? Damn it. I mean, after what we've all been through, are we just?
It's okay to have those moments.
Yeah.
Like, not everything has a negative connotation. Not everything is a loss. Not everything has to be viewed a certain way. This is a week of positivity, riding that wave, especially for Lobo basketball. You can sprinkle in some Lobo football season tickets today and enjoy it.
I know that what we do, we're supposed to be critical, right? And I think we look at things critically, and you and I certainly do it in a different way. I'm not telling you it's the right way, it's our way. Sometimes things can be on the surface. Sometimes it doesn't always have to be the negative. Yeah, we're critical, we question, we could it have been done differently? What'd you think? Whatever, that's what we do. And sometimes it's okay just to have a feel good. Like I told you yesterday, this event on Sunday, to me, the convergence of situations, the convergence of circumstances is ideal. Coming out of the pandemic, you haven't been in the pit in 2 years, new coach, the basketball tournament starts next week, so it's a tune-up, and all these guys coming back. If you want to find a negative, go knock yourself out, man. If you can find a negative with all this, I feel bad for the people who always are negative, who just can't enjoy anything. If you're a Lobo basketball fan, and if you're not, that's cool, dude. I get it. But if you're a Lobo basketball fan, the negative is what? Tony Snell and Alex Kirk and Kendall Williams aren't here? Okay.
Maybe next time.
What do you want? Jeff Hart's not playing? No, seriously. And I love me some Jeff Hart. But I mean, honestly, like, go enjoy something. You say it all the time. We enjoy sports for the good, or we're sports fans for the good moments because they're so infrequent. Because things almost always end with a loss somewhere, right? Gotta enjoy this. It's okay to say, "Wow, this is good." It's okay for something to be positive and to enjoy something. It really, really is. 505-246-0610. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
Foo Fighters are coming to his
Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend. Visit clarkspet.com.
Calling all football players, are you looking to develop your skills this season? It's never too late or too early to put in the work. Coach Carl Barrere and the Air Barrere program at 8 Grady's Performance Center provide comprehensive position training for aspiring football players at all levels. Whether you're looking to increase your speed, gain strength, or hone your skill, we train all positions with a team of experienced coaches who know what it takes to succeed at all levels from Yaffle to college. Check us out at 8gradies.com to learn more and sign up for training today.
Jackson Compaction wants to help you keep your green and keep the community green as well. Jackson Compaction has worked hard to maintain the same prices since day one. Always easy and painless trash removal with professional crews and quality service. If it's non-hazardous waste, debris, or trash on your land, leave it to us. At Jackson Compaction, we're dedicated to ensuring the conservation of our environment. You trash it, we smash it. Jackson Compaction, we've earned a reputation for great results.
TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sports shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. Turbo Threads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for Turbo Threads.
Next in line.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks. DCE Systems want to help schools reopen and keep students, teachers, and staff safe. New Mexico's distributor of no-valent Shield Plus, an antimicrobial hand sanitizer that lasts 24 hours. That's right, 24 hours. 1 liter will provide approximately 2,000 individual applications. Call Louis Ruffin today at 505-507-7722 or go to DCE Systems INC.
Negativity. If you need that hot take, they're talking about the Milwaukee Bucks backcourt. Drew Holiday, Chris Middleton, you going to show up to the NBA Finals? You want to make some shots? Because Giannis is unbelievable. We thought the dude wasn't going to be able to play. We thought his season was done. He's out there dropping 42 points in the NBA Finals, while Chris Middleton and Drew Holiday are dropping bricks. There's your negativity. There's your hot takes. Show up to the NBA Finals. Make a play. Make a shot.
Damn, you sound like Stephen A. Smith. You want some negativity?
Right. The Suns are on fire. The ball movement, the shot making, not just Devin Booker.
Mikal Bridges.
Got the Mikal Bridges game.
Mikal Bridges.
So everything's just so smooth. Well-oiled machine,
so
top to bottom.
I told you in the first series against the Lakers, I love the way Phoenix plays. I love the way they are constructed. I love the way they play. I love the way they move the ball. They play defense. They trust each other. I got a text this morning. I'll read this to you because I just do not believe this. Do you believe that the Suns would be the worst? Who's the worst team to win an NBA championship?
Worst team to win an NBA.
Ralph says if the Suns win, they will be in that discussion. Every team they've played has been dinged up. They're more dinged up right now than the Bucks are. Is Giannis hurt?
Doesn't look hurt.
Giannis dropped 42 and 14 last night. Is Giannis hurt?
He's as good as you can be after an injury like that.
Giannis looked full strength to me.
Does not look like a guy that hyperextended his knee.
A couple times he goes down and he's slow to get up. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Is this team is a team that they're up 2-0 on? They're more dinged up. They lost Saric and now that Craig went down yesterday.
We knew Ralph was going to bring us down. Is it surf? How's the surf?
I didn't get a surf report. He had 2 questions for me. He said
maybe that's why
they had spirited discussion over some grape last night. He wants an NBA player of an NCAA championship team, basketball or football, that was not so much in the pros. He gave me Gino Torretta and Steve Alford.
There's a lot.
How about Tim Tebow? How about Tim Tebow?
Tim Tebow is fantastic, though. He's going to be a Pro Bowl tight end, so I don't know what you're talking about. I would not disparage Phoenix to that extent yet, because there are one. 03-04 Detroit Pistons don't wow me. If you want
the 03-04 Pistons?
Yeah. That won the NBA championship.
That was
Chauncey Billups, Ben Wallace, Rasheed Wallace. Good players, but
look, if you're a champion, it's hard for me to sit here and dissect you and tell you how bad you are.
I will be the worst champion. So let me as long as I'm on the list of champions.
I'm going to give you this core. Their core, their big three. All right? I'll give you Phoenix's big three. Chris Paul, who some people tell me is the best point guard of this generation. Devin Booker, who we just had a conversation about being the next top shelf player. And DeAndre Ayton, a number 1 overall pick who's becoming one of the best centers in the NBA. Okay, did I say anything that's inaccurate?
No.
Now sprinkle around the Mikal Bridges and the Jay Crowders and Cam Johnson's. Like, what's not good about the Suns? I get it that the Lakers were like they didn't ding up Anthony Davis, they didn't ding up Jamal Murray, and they didn't ding up Kawhi Leonard.
They took
they didn't do
advantage of
that.
what happened, and that's a part of the story. But this is still a good basketball team because what they've done in the first 2 games against Milwaukee. Giannis is 100%. There's probably not a lot of players on the floor that 100%, but the dude just scored 42 points.
Giannis looks pretty damn good to me.
Good. Like that team. It's not Dante DiVincenzo that's going to be the difference in the series right now. It's Drew Holiday and Chris Middleton hitting shots.
Yeah, I'm really struggling with the Suns hate, and I guess
2010-2011 Dallas Mavericks.
Yeah, I'll go there. They had one really good. Like Dirk was terrific. It was Terry on that team.
Dirk Nowitzki, Jason Terry, Caron Butler, Sean Marion, Tyson Chandler.
All right. After Nowitzki, run me down. Go slow. Jason Terry was good. He wasn't great. Who else?
Caron Butler.
Okay.
Sean Marion.
Nice.
Matrix. Tyson Chandler.
Now Tyson Chandler played really well, but again, he played well then.
NBA center.
Yeah.
JJ Barea.
Who also played out of his mind then. This is the team that beat the Heatles.
Super old Jason Kidd.
Which is kind of like super old Chris Paul.
Which is Chris Paul is playing much better
than super old Jason. Hey, I'll give you that.
That is the one that's going to.
What year was that?
That was 2010-2011. So that was the first Heat run to the NBA Finals with the Heatles.
Yeah.
That is the one that Bronnon, of the many, but the one that stands out of that was the biggest swing and miss. Was in that series.
I'm so with you.
I want to be on that list. I'll be the.
Put me on the crappiest.
As long as I'm on the champion list, if I'm the bottom, so be it.
Put me on the crappiest championship list team. I'm in. Yeah, no, I'm down. I hate these conversations. This is to your point. I got to find a negative in everything. Who's the worst? And I can't stand it.
But those 74-75 ABA champ Kentucky
Colonels?
Colonels.
Who was on that team? Give me some names. I'll know some. You got nothing?
Jim Bradley?
No, don't know. They must stink.
Louis Dampier?
Louis Dampier.
Artis Gilmore?
Artis is a Hall of Famer.
Dan Issel?
Artis Gilmore and Dan Issel were on that team?
Red Robin?
Hold on.
Did Red Robin start the restaurant?
That's where you go get a burger. So wait. They had a front court of Dan Issel and Artis Gilmore? It's not in the conversation worse anything.
Nope. That's all right.
And that was ABA? Because the Nuggets were ABA, and the Kentucky Colonels obviously were. But if you had a front court of those two Hall of Famers, you're not in the worst anything.
How about the Utah Stars? Let's see what they did. 70-71 Utah Stars ABA roster.
Woo, that's so good. Chris Paul.
Velmo Beatty.
Dang. Velmo Beatty. You're going back in the day.
Wayne Hightower. There we go.
Yeah. Maurice said Chris Paul equals Clyde the Glide, ? Jeff, this Phoenix Suns club reminds me of the 95 Rockets, who finally won Clyde Drexler's belt against a lame Orlando with Shaq and not much else. Penny?
They were pretty good in the moment, right?
The Rockets?
No, that Magic team?
Well, they had Shaq and Penny.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Even
young Shaq running the floor, coast to coast.
Dude, he was like an unleashed beast. Yeah, he was good. I mean, we can have that conversation. Who's the worst Super Bowl champion?
Who's the worst?
Come on.
NBA Finals team? The worst.
I mean, that Nets team with, or that Sixers team with Iverson wasn't very good.
They didn't win.
Well, you just said finals.
Worst champion. I'm sorry. There we go.
Oh, okay, that's very different.
That's the conversation we've been on.
Yeah, but then you changed it.
I'm sorry. I just thought you knew what I was talking about.
No, I did.
Give me your worst champion.
It's so bad. What a host.
Ravens with Trent Dilfer.
Ooh.
There you go.
What a ho, Lobo Hobo says. Jeff, now the public health order is finally lifted. Group hoes are allowed again. It's the truth. The absolute truth. Les says the OD caller countdown. Jeff, I like what they're doing in Phoenix when Giannis Antetokounmpo is at the free throw line. The OD should do the same with some callers that take a while to get to their point. From now on, and I'm not naming callers, he did, but Les has a certain hate for a certain caller, calls in, I'm going to be yelling 1, 2, 3, 11, 12.
We're going to be counting for a while then.
Yeah. Yes. Ren says Chris and Andrew Paul. Jeff, some Lobo fans recently reminded Chris Paul played against Lobo basketball. That's amazing when you consider he's still in the league and Granger has been done for, 10 years? He was playing in the NBA when Andrew Paul still hosted the AM sports talk show. I might be right. I've been doing this 13 years. I think half the time the station's been on the air. But Andrew Paul was a minute ago. Alan, good morning. You're on the Quan's Auto Care Hotline. Hi, Alan. Hello, Alan. Goodbye, Alan. You feel better about that? I took that call when we should have gotten to break, and I saw your face go, oh. And Alan, you're welcome to call back. But there was nobody there. 505-246-0610. We'll wrap it up with you when we come back. It's the opening drive. Jeff, JJ, Bobcat, Aaron, Aaron, Aaron. Is that how it is? How do you say it? Is it just Aaron? It's on ProView Networks at 95.9 FM and AM 670 Sports Animal.
Datacom is a proud supporter of ProView Networks. Datacom has portable AC units for rent. Applications include server rooms, retail outlets, healthcare facilities, laboratories, convenience stores and truck stops, events, concerts, and weddings. All of these units are 120-volt plug and play. Call Louis Ruffin today at 505-507-7722 or go to datacom.com to learn more.
Jeff Siembieda, JJ Buck, Micah, Josh produces for you today over on the ProView Network side, where you can watch the show worldwide on ProViewNetworks.com or statewide at Comcast Channel 26.
Hey, welcome to the Steve Davis Show. Good morning and welcome to Sports Desk live on Comcast Channel 26.
Welcome to The Point with Nick Rich.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to episode 10, America Talking Out.
I'm Pastor Flora Padilla of Mending Broken Hearts.
Welcome to Henry T. Game Face Live, Comcast 26, and Big Bad ProView Network.
Often imitated, never duplicated. Welcome to Local Focus with Sebastian Noel.
Welcome, sports fans. It's that time of the week again. You are watching the Weekly Rundown.
Hey, welcome to Red Menace TV here on ProView Network.
Hello, I'm Steve Davis. You are watching Public Access TV.
Center fielder, Caden Bell on first. Here's the pitch to Heath. Struck him out. And great pitching by Alvarado. That'll do it for the Tigers in the top of the fifth.
A great crowd for a mid-afternoon game. Swing and a miss, and there's a strikeout, number 5 for Matt Romero.
Smith talking to the batter here. That's a, oh, wow. Nice, and that's an out.
What did I tell you? That one's that gets over the head of the right fielder. That's going to bring in 2 runs as Adrian Martinez with the RBI double.
Towards the latter part. Pitch, and that's another way for a single. That's going to score 2. That makes the score 9-0. So RBI double. That's going to make it. That's it. It's 10 runs there.
1-0's the count. And this one's high. It's going deep. And it's going to fall in. He's digging for third, and he gets there. Ezra Mestas with the 3-bagger. He gets the triple, and 2 more runs scored.
steal to third base.
And he brought the hot sauce for strike 3.
Small ball team for Reed Fiegel this year. That one is hit on the line to left. It's going to send Avila back to the warning track, to the wall, and he's going to watch it go. It's a solo homer off the bat of Bo Kidd. One nothing Eagles. Just when we were talking about small ball, the Eagles play long ball. Good over with 2 outs here. That boy's well hit to left. Coming in on it is Morrison. He drops it, and the Ravens win it.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number 1 in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company.
Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend. Visit clarkspets.com.
Dream style roofing tops them all. When your roof's worn out and needs to be replaced, we're gonna do it right, put a smile on your face. There at home, things are looking up when you get your roof done by someone you can trust. Dream Style, a company name that's been around forever. No one does it better. You need a new roof, you know who to call. Dream Style Roofing tops them all.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Strong. 505-246-0610. That's the Quan's Auto Care hotline. It's also the NMDOT text line. Kenny Thomas is going to co-host the weekend morning show tomorrow. He'll be on from 9 to 10 with the guys, with Fred and Van. It's ABQ Central. So Kenny Thomas tomorrow morning for an hour here on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Hour.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. Let's do that again. How did I not do that? All right,
welcome.
You're welcome. Yeah, with your boys. Alan, good morning. How you living?
Good. How about you guys?
Good, Alan. What's happening?
So listen, your conversation there about championships and being a champion, you know, it's unfortunate because really what I think people are doing when they talk about, well, one team wasn't as good as another, or this wasn't a great championship team, I think what they're really doing is criticizing these men and women's character, as if being on a lesser talented team means you have less character. And that's really an unfortunate conversation. Anyway, that's what I got to say, guys.
Thank you. See you. That's an interesting way to look at it.
It is.
Yeah, I guess I didn't look at it in that perspective. I didn't take it as criticizing their character. If you think they're not as talented, are you criticizing their character?
That's not the first thing that comes to my mind.
Yeah.
Just
what do you make of the conversation? And it's been rampant. Well, I mean, if Kawhi was healthy, of course the Clippers would have beat the Suns. Really? Well, if Jamal Murray was healthy, the Nuggets. Now, the Lakers were up 2-1, I believe, when Anthony Davis went down, correct?
Yes.
So there's a little bit of something to go on there. Now, would they have finished? Maybe. Yeah, they might have. The rest of that team was not good, by the way. Right? But I really struggle with everybody so confident I know what would have happened. Oh, they'd have beat the Suns. Okay, like this Suns team is pretty well constructed. They're pretty freaking good.
This isn't the Montreal Canadiens. This was still one of the best teams in the regular season in the entire NBA. So I acknowledge the injuries are a big part of it, but once we're here in the NBA Finals, that's not. Like, we're not seeing a Giannis that we're going, man, if only. Like, the dude just scored 42 points last night. They're not beating a run-down Bucks team. They're just outplaying the Milwaukee Bucks.
Yeah, you know what's not 100% about the Bucks? I'll tell you what's not 100% about the Bucks. Their guard shooting.
Budenholz's facial expressions.
No. Chris Middleton's shooting.
Got better tonight, even though we gave it 23-point shots.
Hoser!
Oh.
What up?
Oh, you know.
No, I don't. That's why I asked.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess I enjoyed the Danny Gonzalez. Man, every time that guy comes on, it's like, man, you ready to go through that brick wall, my friend. I mean, I was pumped. I was throwing T-shirts all the way to the rafters, after listening to him. So, very exciting stuff. I can't wait for the season, and I'm going to, be lucky to have one of the greatest seats in the den. So, boy, just really looking forward to that.
So you're going to be out there entertaining?
You're darn right I am.
Oh, look at you. So
I am a hype man extraordinaire.
So you're going to like, who wants a pizza?
One guy once said.
You went around, who wants a pizza? Who wants a T-shirt? You're that guy
Yeah.
again?
Who wants a pizza after I take a slice? Oh, stuff like that. JJ, how you doing?
Good. How are you, sir?
Fantastic.
Surviving?
Good.
Cool.
All right. Everything else?
I guess that's about it, man. You didn't throw me any cheeseburgers or fastballs.
I got no cheese.
You got
for
nothing.
You.
Yeah, I know.
cheese.
Yeah, we're out of practice.
Did you apply for the job? I think it's still open. I'm kidding.
Is it? Okay. Poor Bobcat. Like, why are you trying to run me away?
No, I love Bobcat, man. Look, it ain't me, man. It ain't me.
Like a 20-year-old Timex. Right twice a day.
All right, man. Enjoy the weekend. We'll see you out there on Sunday if I get back in town in time.
Oh, no. They didn't call me for that one, so I don't know what's going on there. But
that's what I thought you were talking about.
No, I was talking about the football season.
Oh, you're back up for football. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Deuces.
Have a good one.
See you.
Bye-bye.
Josue used to produce our show. Still calls our show. He used to be a caller before he was a producer. Then he was a producer, and then he was a caller. If that makes any sense to you. Big weekend on the House of Strauss. I think I got something about that. Oh, nervous Viper Pit, this says. It's from Bruce. It says, Jeff, when Strauss appears on other shows, like he didn't on Last Tonight, I don't even know what this says, with producer Jeff Mancandy St. Louis, those programs have incumbent hosts. Oh, so when he's guest hosting. It doesn't elevate the concern of Viper Pit, like when Bobcat's on the OD with no producer. You know what? That's a great point. When he gives you crap about being on this show.
Yeah.
Why is it okay that he's on someone, he can fill in for Darren, or he can fill in for, that's okay. He can do other shows, but you can't?
Well, we just kind of mesh together, on his show,
Yeah, but they give you all that crap about being over here, which, I mean, the man's you got to make a living.
Oh, I get it from him. I get it from you. I get it from
No, you don't get it from me. But why? I want you to go out and better yourself and do well for you. And I love that you're doing all this stuff, but he gives you a hard time. Why is it okay you can't do this show, but he can go sit on Darren's show, or he can go do other stuff? Why is that okay?
I don't know.
Well, throw that at him, man.
Okay.
I mean, he's not the only one who can go out and make himself better.
Okay.
Am I wrong? If I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong.
No,
I'm listening.
I'm not saying you're wrong.
Bruce is looking out for you. He's the guy who brought it up.
Thank you, Bruce.
Yeah. Lobo Legends, says John, in Sunday's UNM Basketball Legends game will be on the radio or streamed on television for those who can't go. I don't believe so. What?
Next time, ProView, next time.
Yeah, ProView. Can you get on that? Can you put that together this quick? Can you get that thing done by Sunday? I mean, You can take the equipment out of here. I'm kidding.
No, we are doing it. Yeah. Brandon's got us over there.
Yeah, we can hear you. I see your mouth moving, but I can't hear you. Mike says, Dirk and the Slugs, Jeff. The worst recent champ has to be the 2011 Mavericks, right? That's what you said.
They're on the list. You're a terrible champion.
And you know what? Jason Terry's shining his championship ring as we speak.
Your ring is only 3 carats. Theirs is 17.
Yeah, and he's. You know what I am? I might be a slug, but you know what else I am? A champion. That's right. I hoisted Lord Stanley's cup and skated around the ice. You know what I'm saying? Metaphorically? Do you know what I'm saying metaphorically? Metaphorically, do you know what I'm saying? All right, next weekend we get the British Open, right? The Open Championship, so we get a tune-up this week. I didn't even look at the golf yesterday. It's so rare that... So here's what I got this weekend.
The biggest story of golf the last couple days, someone walked up to Roy McIlroy's bag.
What the hell?
Grabbed his club, tried to tee off, and then was escorted away.
Yeah. Was that, and where was that, by the way? Was that in Europe?
Yes, he's playing over in Europe.
Feels so European, doesn't it? Although, I mean, I don't know why I said that. It just kind of did feel European. It just did.
It feels so European.
It kind of does. I mean, so he just went up, grabbed the club out of his bag, and tried to tee off.
Tried to tee off.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
Like, yeah, you're going to leave now.
You can leave now. You can leave the premises. Here's what you get this weekend. You get the Euro Cup champion crowned. You will get Wimbledon men's and women's champions crowned. You will get the NBA championship, the NBA finals. You get the Legends, the alumni game. You got United. Watch JJ on ESPN Plus. JJ will be on the United call with Tyler Ortega on tonight and on Monday.
Yes.
Enjoy that. Thank you to Brandon Mason, Danny Gonzalez, Troy Lassane, all of them guested on this here award-winning radio show today. Terrific week. Aaron and Bobcat and is that...
And that strange-looking man in the background.
It kind of looks like... that kind of did. It's that... Dang. It is. That's so funny. Jim Rome show's next. The Herd with Colin Cowards after that. A little bit of sports bar before Ice Jumps baseball. They're going to be in Austin. Enjoy the weekend, dude. Good luck. Enjoy.
Have a great weekend yourself.
Yeah, I will. Bob, enjoy the weekend. Best to Eric, by the way. Please give him my best. Be good to each other. Be kind, loving, caring, and sharing. We'll smell you Monday.